Hello everybody, welcome to the pub. Let me know how everything sounds. I just kind of fired everything up here and got it going, so let me know what kind of issues there might be and I will fix them promptly. 7:30 on a Saturday night. Let's get rid of these babies. Hopefully my signal is good. Yeah, a lot of shit going on this week that has a lot of people cranked up. So hopefully we can get into some of that tonight. Interesting. And hello, Cup of Tea and Last Dance. You guys, both comments just popped up at the same time. I'm going to do a little setting up here. It's kind of hot down here, so I'm going to have to get up a fan to bring in some fresh air from the outside momentarily. So just excuse me for 1 second. I'm still here. I'm still here. Alright, let me know how that deals with the let me know if you're getting a lot of, I have to sport a hat for that. That's going to be, if you're getting a lot of wind sound from the hey Biscuit, what's up, man? Missed you for a few weeks there, buddy. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's going on, dude? Hopefully you're well on your 3D printing escapades and whatever else you have going on. Hope you are well. Ooh, that's nice. Needed that breeze. Definitely summer's cranking up. We're up in the 80s here today, so it was about 80. Dense fog. Went out on the old Boat this morning. No fish, but almost. I was close to catching one. A beautiful morning, loaded with fog. Got to have a foghorn in those kinds of conditions because it was foggy. I'm going to do a little bit of smoke a little bit of the Grav tonight. Grav is the brand that this is. As you can see, the thickness of that glass. I have a pretty thick finger. It's about the thickness of my fingernail. I'd say, in all honesty, 5/16 of an inch, close to 3/8. I'm pretty good at gauge of those things. You're getting nuked. Yeah, dude, I hear you, Biscuit. I know, man. So hopefully you can hang around with a little bit with us tonight. Chat about some of the Supreme Court stuff. I'm pretty sure that there's not going to be too many people that disagree with much of their rulings as of late. So, but any dissent would make for good conversation. I was on Drone Tech stream the other night. Great stream. He does usually on Thursdays. Highly recommend checking him out on Thursdays. He did a long show about it, and a lot of people there were of the same opinion, that a lot of it made sense. Hey, Rene Jean, nice to see you, man. The mess in France, yeah, for real, dude. It looks pretty bad. I do think they're inflating it a little bit, possibly in the media. I don't know. I'm not there, but it seems pretty bad. Also, last night we had Random Goon doing his Friday night Twitch stream, which was good as usual. I popped in here and there. I had some things going on that I had to deal with, so just normal family shit. And honestly, I don't really know what I was doing. I had it on for a while. It was fun. He always is good. He has a good group of people over there, and he plays a mean guitar. And I haven't had a smoke yet today, so this will be my first. I'll try to really rip a huge one. Yeah, you missed it last night. I only was there for a brief period, but he seemed to have a good crowd. Definitely some new people, so it was cool. All the old regulars and some new names. So I'm gonna guess you were on a date last dance, but maybe you were just not feeling it. Ooh. Yeah, that was big. I wonder if you can feel the air quality down there in your breathing and moving around. Is it rough? Does it smell like burning fire, burning wood, things like that? Oh, cool. Jigsaw style puzzles, or more like oh, interesting, cool. Maybe you can turn me on to some of that stuff sometime. Yeah, we had a lot of haze today, but it was from fog off of the ocean. You have about probably 100 yards, 300, 400 foot visibility, 100 meters or so out there. And it's a little scary because you can't see boats coming in. So anytime you hear anything, you give them a blast with the foghorn and keep your eyes peeled for sure. Oh, cool. Cool, man. Whoa. That thing is heavy duty. I'm gonna put it away for now. Just stick with my standard because it's a little heavy. Don't hack me, bro. Is that a quote of the don't pepper spray me, bro, from back in the day? That was a famous clip. Now you're a good guy. You hack to just identify, to learn, I guess, or create a mental challenge for yourself, which is pretty interesting. Pretty cool stuff. Wonder where you can find those types of puzzles. Are they available? Yeah, don't tase me, bro. That's it. Yeah, me. I got you. Mental challenge. Yeah, cool. Let's see if I can do a little quick search of that. Just lost a painting or a picture back there. Huh. Interesting. Wow, there's a whole world of it out there. Cool. Right on. I like it. I hear we have had some wild weather around the country lately, so that may impact whether or not some people can join us tonight. Oh, cool. Let's see if we can I highlight it? I guess I cannot. But I can just go with this. Okay. Wow, this is interesting. Wow, cool. Yeah, I can't start looking at this. I'll go like into silent mode. That is interesting stuff, man. Machete. Yeah. It's like, I'll never forget hearing, like, before some of those wild, I guess, civil wars in some of the African countries there, you'd hear about piles and piles of machetes, the kind you're talking about, a cup of tea. People were just, can you believe that shit actually happened? Probably still happens to this day. Where's the humanity? Seriously. I'm gonna maybe work this one a little differently tonight, and just maybe we'll just kind of go freewheeling. I have a feeling, being that we're going to be going into the summer months here, we're going to have spotty attendance here with people joining in. So if anyone wants to join in underneath, I know Last Dance is down there, but just go ahead and get yourself in, and we can figure this thing out and get it rolling a little sooner than later. I don't have to do my 30-minute spiel of nothingness, so just throwing that out there. Anyone who's interested. I know Biscuit, if you're still here, you could join us if you felt like it, man. Get this thing rolling a little bit right out of the gate, or whatever. I can just chat for a while. It's fine. All right. He showed up. I will play some guitar. I'm just not going to do it in any particular order. But I'm going to pop you guys both on. You ready, Last Dance? All right, cool. Hello, how are you guys?
All right.
I'm
evening,
good, thank you.
Smokesteve, and good morning, Biscuit Face.
Yeah, man.
Good morning.
Yeah, good. You've been trying to be on the healthy side of life there, Biscuit?
Getting lots of nice sleep.
Good, man. You're looking good, dude.
Except tonight.
Certainly feel it.
Yeah.
I'm not staying on too long, maybe an hour or two.
Okay, cool. What are you having in the tea?
Coffee.
Coffee. Okay, cool. How's the 3D printing going?
Really well. The resin printer's going non-stop when I can afford the resin.
You just buy it in bulk?
I buy it 2 litres at a time, so it's like 60 quid each time.
So it comes in a liquid form?
Yeah.
What facilitates it to harden or dry?
UV light. So basically there's an LCD screen at the bottom, and that blanks off the UV light, making a shape, and then it does like a 0.05 millimeter layer, then it moves up and pulls it off of the bottom, then goes back down, and it does another 0.05 millimeter layer, and it just keeps going until it's done.
And it hits every layer with UV light?
That's right, yeah.
Wow.
This is the most recent one I've done. Oh, it's a bit bright.
Cool. It's is that a figure like from a movie?
From Resident Evil 4.
Okay, cool. How did you get the what do you call it, like blueprints for it?
Just download them off the internet. Just get
Cool.
a file called an STL.
That's cool, man.
One little issue that I did come under was the last, the female figure that I posted on Discord.
Yes.
She exploded all over my living room.
No kidding. Randomly?
Just randomly. I woke up and bits of her were all over the floor in the living room.
What do you think happened?
I know what happened. I closed the hollow section off, and there was raw resin inside, and it off-gassed inside and just built up pressure until it exploded into a million bits.
So is there a solvent involved?
No, not a solvent, no, but because it was in the windowsill, the heat from the sun
Sure.
heated it up inside, and the uncured resin inside that was still sloshing about caused a load of gas to build up inside. It just blew up.
That's wild, man. Pretty cool shit, though, dude. I like
Yeah.
it. How hard is it after it's done and you created it?
I'd say pretty damn strong.
Like, as hard as plastic?
Well,
Harder?
It is plastic.
It's purely plastic.
It's resin, so it's like those resin tables you can buy.
Yeah, yes. Yep, yep.
The only difference is it's cured with UV instead of exothermically.
Cool. I dig it. Do they have them that they can make them out of different things, like alloy printers, like metallic?
Yes, there is printers like that, but they're like 20 to 30,000 for the small ones.
Mm.
That's called sintered something or other. Basically, it does an entire layer of powder, and then it'll use a laser to melt that layer, and then it'll roll another layer of powder, then it'll melt that layer, and the whole thing gets held up by the powder surrounding it, so you just have to brush all the loose powder off it, and then you get a metal part at the end.
That's cool for creating stuff, you know?
Yeah.
For sure. Have you had the opportunity to make anything for anybody that
I made a couple of like figures for friends, but I mainly do it for myself and my daughter.
Yeah. I wonder if there's got to be a market for creating parts for things, you know?
Yeah, I made this yesterday, and you can put like hinges and things in it and little magnet to hold it together.
Cool. So you bought that hinge on its own, separately, and then you
little brass barrel hinge.
And then you made the two halves.
Yeah.
And just screwed the hinge in yourself. Cool.
Yeah, and painted it as well with an airbrush.
Nice. What's that like? Are you using oil-based paint with an airbrush?
No, acrylic.
Acrylic, cool.
Yeah.
That acrylic will stick to anything, man, if it's the appropriate surface.
Well, I use an acrylic primer as well first, so it sticks better.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've had my kid paints, and she uses some acrylics, and I found a dot that had dried on our hardwood floors, and dude, it is fucking hard. I mean, you can't even. I could probably, if I took a putty knife or something like
even better than that, a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, and just rub it off. It'll come straight off.
That should work.
Yeah, it completely dissolves in it. It just turns it into like a jelly, and it just pulls off.
Cool. Good to know. We'll definitely probably going to be having to do that at some point. But when you have a kid and you live life, hardwood floors just don't stay like you want them to. It's impossible. I never understood people who finished them when they still have kids and dogs and shit, refinish them, like just wait till you're going to sell the place, It's just a huge pain in the ass. Do you have some hardwood there, Last Dance? He's muted.
This is probably my favorite one that I've
do
done.
not.
All carpet?
I think it's there's a softwood floor, like in the
Pine, maybe?
pine, yeah.
Pine's good. Yeah, that dragon's cool, Biscuit. I like that thing.
That's my favorite one. Took a week.
Of the thing just running.
No, about 3 days of it running, and then painting it and gluing it together, because it was about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts.
It's cool. You could, I bet you there'd be some interest in stuff like that out there, for sure. It's cool. Is that dragon from a particular? It's
Yeah.
a print, but is it from a movie or?
It's from Game of Thrones. It's or is it? No, I think it's from House of the Dragon.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
That's-
the spin-off from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I never watched that. Was it any good? Really? Last Dance. Did you see that?
Yeah.
House of the Dragon. Did you
No.
like it as much?
No, I didn't see that. I did see. That reminds me. I went. I looked through my list of movies that has been recommended on this
Hi, Bobby.
show and saw A Perfect World for the first time.
I don't
And
think I've seen
was,
that.
It was quite good. Of course, it had a predictable sad ending, but
What movie is that? Which
It's
one is?
Kevin Costner. It's from 1993. Kevin Costner and Clint Eastwood.
Is one of them like a felon and the other a cop?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Hey, cool. Look who it is.
Nope.
Welshman. And he's got some people here. And hey, look who it is. Hi, wife. Welcome. Oop. There you go. And this guy. Get Shad. What's going on, Goon? Good to see you, man. And Derek. How are you? We are chill. And David G says, stop the goddamn boats. Yeah, well, I hear you. We have the luxury of a large ocean here. But there's also...
You never did get that wall finished, though, did you?
No. I don't know. It seems like... has it gotten better here for us? It seems like it's omnipresent. It's always happening, and the numbers vary, right? I mean, Last Dance, what are you hearing about it? I mean, 6 months ago, a year ago, it was a border crisis. Now, what are you hearing?
And nothing's changed at the border, really.
Still chaos, Bill. They're just not covering it as much because there's other things, I guess. Right?
Yep.
Fucking chaos.
They're too much engrossed in the Trump saga, aren't they?
Oh, various sagas, yep. Since the border is now Biden's problem, much of the press is not interested in it. It's frankly not that interesting a story anyway, so.
No. I mean, I keep looking on the news channels on YouTube for Ukraine stories, but at the minute it's all France.
Yeah, and I think that's more, again, that's a good, it's got good visuals, so it's going to make the news.
Yeah. There's nothing really happening in Ukraine at the minute, is there? That's why they're not reporting as much.
What I mean, it's the same old. You know, it's a big meat grinder. People
go
out there, and massive numbers of people die every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day you repeat the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. The same with the videos that you see on Chaotic or wherever. They're just meat grinder for sure.
I mean, it's the same video. It's the drone dropping grenades on individual troops. It's the suicide drones, whatever they call them, that with a little bit of explosive that dive into tanks, and they don't destroy the tanks. Hopefully, they just disable it or damage it.
One video I saw was I think it was the Sunday the something Times. It was they were showing a mobile aircraft destroyer, like it was like a tank with like a turret on it, and they showed the same 15-second clip 7 times over the video, exactly the same, just repeated.
Happy birthday, Pat Keys.
Hey, Pat Keys, it's his birthday. All right.
Happy birthday, bud.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I've seen people get burned.
Dear Pat Keys.
seen people get burned, and I've shown one before to you guys of people asking live streams to say happy birthday to someone, but the name will be
Right.
if said quick enough. So you got to look at that. And think
Why?
about
I don't
it.
mind getting burned.
Right. Yeah. I have seen lately more of the trench videos, like up close personal shooting of each other.
The trench videos, they make it just, to me, that's the perfect example of how hopeless and sad this war is. It's
Guys,
these
just
poor slobs, they're just thrown in there to fight to the death. You know, like it's 1,000 years ago. They have guns instead of knives, but it's just as sad.
It is. It's not going to end. That brief, whatever you want to call it, mutiny by the Wagner Group was
Prigozhin.
so bizarre and short-lived.
I don't even think it was what people reported it, to be fair.
Thanks for reminding me, Smoke Light. Hey, Lily.
Keep that.
I think he just wanted to have a few words with the what they call it, the military commanders or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And have a show of force, but it was all blown out of proportion.
Yeah, and, I mean, Putin could have just killed Prigozhin. And
Well, apparently he's on the hit list, isn't he?
Yeah. Although he did have a decent-sized army, and there was shooting and there was some killing, and
Yeah,
if you believe the stories that I've read, you know, you can never trust for sure
No.
what you see. But apparently, Prigozhin's forces shot down a
helicopter, wasn't it?
not
Or was
just
it a
a couple helicopters, but a larger aircraft that was involved in communications, relaying communications. I forget what it was called, but that killed a bunch of crew members.
Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they have to do something. It was just so weird.
Thank you. IL-22.
That was the plane or helicopter?
No, that was the aircraft.
Is it a top rotor or front rotor?
It's a jet plane.
A jet, I see, okay. One of the kinds like we have with the big round thing on top? Maybe not.
It's similar to that. It has some
Yeah.
function as, you know, surveillance and communication, as opposed to a armed aircraft.
What are those ones? What is that particular one that I'm talking about called?
There's AWACS and J-Stars and...
Oh yeah, I've heard of both of those. Yep, cool shit.
probably a few others, yeah.
Yeah, I've got an acquaintance, family acquaintance, who's a pilot of a refueler. So he's that's pretty interesting stuff. Where he can take off from and fly to and then get back, it's like so astronomically far how far these things can go.
Orion is the Navy's version of it.
There you go. Cool.
Dvorsky.
Red Dawn, yeah, great movie. In fact, Smoke Wife was just kind of flipped by it the other day and said, "What is this movie?" And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" She
Classic.
had never seen it. And I'm assuming you have, Biscuit.
Is it the submarine film Red Dawn?
No, that's Red October.
Oh yeah.
The enemy is in both is red.
Right. And there's also the closely related Crimson Tide, also a good sub movie.
That was a good one.
Yeah, both that and October were good and similar.
Red Tails was a good movie.
The movie was Red Dawn, according to
Did you ever watch Red Tails?
No.
Red Dawn Hunt.
Red Tails is a really good war pilot movie. It's I think it was World War II. It was about the black pilots in America.
Wolverines.
Yeah. Oh, I'd never seen that one.
They were in the red painted tail Mustangs in the World War II, I think it was.
Were they like? Okay, yeah, they were probably. This is a great segue, Biscuit. It was probably a segregated unit at the time.
It was a true story as well.
Now, I just heard a fascinating story, a small podcast about a segregated unit that got into a fight with a white unit in the UK. I think it was in Lancashire in World War II. And all friggin' hell broke loose, dude. Have you heard about this? It took place like near a bridge or at a bridge, and the locals in England sided with the black guys because they thought they were being discriminated against, and racism is, I guess, a lot less common over there. But yeah, pretty interesting.
Well, I think racism is prevalent even today everywhere.
Okay.
But there are small segments even back then that would
I would say that
disagree with the racism that was. But
what's true is it's not as segregated in the UK. You don't have.
I mean, saying that we have two cities, Bradford and what's the other one? Bradford's the main one that it's mostly blacks and an Indian population.
This is a great movie. Bridge over the River Kwai.
That is a great movie.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah. Now this, yeah.
Can't get that high anymore.
Right. The part when the what is it, mortar goes off near the guy and he slowly like stumbles towards the thing that to press down to blow up the bridge, and he sort of falls on it.
Yep.
It's kind of ambiguous. Did he get hit by shrapnel from the thing blowing up? They didn't really ever show an injury or why he's like dying on his feet and stumbling, and he dies falling on the.
Well, they didn't show a lot of blood in those movies, but I always assumed it was shrapnel that got him.
Something that hit him in like the heart or something.
Something like that, and it was in the lungs or something. He was not dead instantly, but he was on his way.
I didn't like that scene. I thought it was stupid, that part, because you get that kind of a catastrophic injury, you're not going to be doing this zombie walk. Like, you're going down, dude.
No, it's not about reality, it's about drama.
Right.
Even in reality, there are injuries that you can stumble forward a few paces before you die.
That's possible, yeah. No, you're right. And it's also, you're right, Last Dance, suspension of disbelief. If you're going to watch a movie, don't have all this disbelief and questioning everything, because it could probably ruin the movie for you. Is that the real based Welshman down there? I didn't see him popping in and giving me a wave. There he is.
I would guess it is. Well, it looks like him.
That's him. There he is. Force 10, how you doing?
Good to see you, Based.
What's going on?
All right,
good. You did. Noticed you did a live sort of covering the riots. You just popped off not long ago, right?
Yeah. I basically closed it down and then sort of went to put a call out, but it was a bit late for that, really. So I hadn't really put a raid out. But yeah, it was quite good. But it is. I had like 350 people there about 20 minutes ago, but it's just sort of like shut down. So when the content's not there, you've got to switch it down. And
when the rioters decided to crash out for the night, I guess.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this: like, I've heard some scuttlebutt that it's being overblown in some places, that it's not really like that. Even from people in Paris, they say it's sort of happening in one place, but a lot of the city is fine. Is that true, or who am I to believe here?
Well, I can tell you now that it's going off all over the country. Um, if for example you went on to Twitter's being is shutting down the hashtags as well. France is, but it's not as bad tonight. But
Twitter's
last night, the first 3 nights of this riot was absolutely fucking crazy. I've seen motorbikes being run out of shops, jewelry, looting, people being beat up. I seen a French guy with both his arms sliced and his Achilles.
ooh,
Yeah, he tried to protect his property and they just fucking destroyed him.
You got to do like they did in L.A. in the riots back in the day. They stood on the roofs with fucking AKs and 9mm and shotguns.
The Koreans.
Yeah, the shop owners.
And there has been isolated cases where French people have been protecting their shops and property, but it's quite isolated, obviously.
So is their intention here to protest a murder, or are they out there just getting fucking goods, dude? Getting stuff?
idea.
Just getting goods in you. That's basically what they're getting. So there's footage now of them robbing a gun store, and then
French Revolution.
people coming out this gun store with fully automatic weapons.
Jesus, I didn't know that was even available in France.
They have gun stores in France?
Yeah. In fact, there's actually footage of them doing it. There's footage of them there doing it, like robbing it.
Well,
and coming out with fucking major arsenal.
now, what is the complaint? Is there a coherent chief complaint?
So from what I have hearing it, there's a 14-year-old Algerian national that's French now, and he has been involved in a police chase. Now, I've been told it's a stolen car and it's a hired car, but he's 14. So and he'd already run from police in the build up to that. But from the reports, then he tried to escape them again, and the second time he tried to escape him, a copper shot and killed him. So, but they're not really seem to be concerned about this chap. They seem to be just concerned in robbing, looting, and destroying anything in front of them.
I'm gonna look it up. Is it available on the web somewhere?
What one? The gun thing, or which bit?
Yeah, it is here. It's on. It's got a graphic, violent content thing ahead of it, but I can definitely screen share it. It's the yellow car, right? Is that the one you've seen?
No, I don't know. What were you searching for?
I've got it here. Share screen.
For the guy getting cut up.
No, the original reason why they're protesters are protesting.
Yeah. So some people are saying it's a stolen car, and because of narratives and all that, I'm not really concerned whether it's a stolen or not. Doesn't really matter.
All right, share.
But they've had these riots before in France.
No, they're completely different now.
Okay.
Because this isn't French people rioting.
Right. There was riots happening because they were going to increase the retirement age.
Yeah, completely different.
Right.
I have actually witnessed 3 live streamers getting their phones stolen in the last 3 days and beat up.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did you consider going to France to film this? But it's probably far too dangerous. Too dangerous anyways, dude. You could get...
Yeah, it's super dangerous. So these live streamers now, the ones tonight, like they were day one, they're following the police. So they're 10 minutes behind the action. Do you understand what I'm saying? The action happens in front of them, and then in the next 10 minutes they walk over the action. Do you get my drift?
Sure, of course.
Because they're so petrified, and rightly so, of being beat up and their equipment stolen and damaged.
Mm-hmm. Right, the streamers, of course.
They're shadowing the police, basically, which is not what we really want in a lot of the ways, because the police, that's all the police have been doing today. They haven't been really doing a lot. They've just been trying to flush them out, move them on, make them move. But, you know.
Sure. All right, let's check out this short video. No sound. Boom, fired, killed him.
Yeah.
That was it. And then the kid drove. 17-year-old Nael M was killed.
I was told 14.
He's facing murder charges. Yeah, so the cop fired that one shot. We've seen that in the U.S. That, cops firing into a car that's not really going to hit them before. They're cops sort of jumping in front. I don't know. To me, that cop shouldn't have shot that kid. Should they be rioting over it? No. Should the cop get tried? Sure. Yeah. If he did something wrong, definitely.
I wonder if you think about it, like if that kid drove off and then he'd killed several pedestrians because he was being chased by the police, then you could argue.
That was what I was going to say, is we don't know the full context. I don't know what was in front of the car.
If you watch it again, does he actually move the car before the gunshot is done?
Yeah, the car is moving, slowly accelerating, and you see the cops hands jump back slightly because he fires one shot point blank.
Heard one shot.
Or C. Did you hear it?
I heard one shot.
Okay, I couldn't hear anything. That's because I have it muted.
No, in the U.S., the cops would have been, mag dumping at that point.
You'd have about 100 bullets in it.
When one cop fires, they all fire.
That's right.
Like dogs following the lead dog.
So this isn't your usual French protest. And remember, I got arrested in 2018, live streaming the Yellow Vests in Paris. So this isn't what your normal. Normally, the riots stop about tea time, especially by about 7-8 o'clock. They're finished. These riots don't start until 10 o'clock.
But
Damn.
Do you remember?
Rioters.
I've brought this guy up before. I forget his Live Leak user. I only remember him as we called him Son of a Whore. That was his nickname. But he was a French Muslim youth who lived in one of these neighborhoods that was rioting back in the Live Leak days, and he was always very outspoken about that these youths are going to overrun the state.
You not got your own beers there, Steve?
I do, but you put something new in my refrigerator down here. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna jump in. I mean, come on.
Smoke Wife does not approve.
That wasn't her texting me, by the way.
Last time.
Smoke Wife says this.
I've been saying the same thing for a long time now, and I believe in France it's only 10% that for example, are Muslim.
Okay.
And look at all the damage they're causing. I mean, the press 100% playing down the true damage of what's going on up and down the country. So Marseille was kicking off bigger today, but it's up and down the country. I can find the stats as well. It's crazy. It's like 70 police stations, 1,000 cars.
When you say police stations, what are they doing? Bum rushing, getting in, or like firebombing the outside?
The footage I've seen, they just empty petrol over it and put a light to it.
What I don't get is what exactly do they think they're going to achieve by rioting?
Well, it's a looting thing. So basically, they're looting.
So basically, what they're doing is they're using it as an excuse to do what the fuck they want.
And get free shit.
Yeah.
Free shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that, haven't we?
Oh yeah, that happened in Boston here,
and Baltimore too.
All of a sudden, the Lululemon store and the Apple store, and they're all there's a protest. All of a sudden, the expensive stores with nice shit are getting broken glass, and people are just, nobody's going into the dollar store.
Nobody broke into the nice stores in Baltimore. There aren't that many. They broke into the CVS, a big CVS, which is basically a pharmacy with a lot of groceries and other stuff in it. And
Consumer value store.
Yeah, and they broke in and stole just random shit, candy and anything they could get their hands on.
If they could get into the pharmacy, they could get $500,000 worth of pills.
I don't think they got into the pharmacy because they also set fire to it at the same time. So.
Are there any peaceful protests among the looters and?
In the States, in the States, there are peaceful protests. Yes, and
there were a lot of.
I'm on about in France. Is it all just?
In France.
It doesn't seem to be for this. To be honest, the only peaceful ones are the ones in back of vans with chainsaws taking out ATMs. They're the peaceful ones because they're allowing the idiots to grab the attention on the streets, and they're going around in their vans. And you can see the footage, it's all on Twitter. Just put chainsaws, France, ATMs.
Is it a chainsaw or a metal grind, like a grind?
Yeah,
metal grinder?
I would have thought a still saw would be a better tool.
It's a still saw, but if you have a look, man, it's crazy. They're going around.
A chainsaw ain't going to do shit to a big metal and brick wall.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
It would be violent with a chainsaw.
One of the funniest clips I have seen, if you put down CCTV pole France, right, there's a chap that's actually putting a skill store through the CCTV post, and the post falls down, and it's three of his comrades. One in the head, one in the leg, and one bounced up and hit him.
Moron.
I reckon.
I don't know. Did this happen? Real quick?
If you put in Twitter now, CCTV pole, if you put on CCTV pole in France,
I'll put that up. But Topple's saying that they went into the zoo and released some big pussy cats. Oh, come on.
Lions, zebras, elephants going to the street.
It's kind of risky to release a tiger because the tiger might.
I mean, it's full retarded mode, isn't it?
Immediately eat you.
Yeah, but there's a guy doing a selfie and he's got a big mask on and he's like reverses the camera and there's an elephant.
Come on, random goon.
Goon and Top, if they want.
See if I can get that.
Yeah, pull it up, DM it, Gone, I said. That's supposed to say goon. No, we're not trolling. It's good to see you guys, though. Very good. What's that? Is that diet or regular? Pepsi 1? Max?
There we go, Steve. It's in the back chat, mate.
That's a good point. English bottle cap.
It's the nice version of Diet Pepsi.
I got you. Does it have aspartame?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the stories.
Yeah, there's three guys under this pole, just as you see. They're all in
Probably
black,
Topple.
but you see them all.
Yes, it does have aspartame.
That shit's bad. All right, which one? The first one or the second one? You. I see. I got you, Welshman. Here we go. Yeah, I got you.
There's three of them under that pole. They all get clattered.
Yep.
I found that my sweetener that I use in my coffee is also aspartame as well.
Yeah, that's no good. There's a new study that's really showing how bad that stuff really is, man.
I've been going through 20 jars a month of aspartame.
Yeah, you gotta cut that out, bro.
Okay, chaps. So if you have a look in, there's three guys, and the one gets it like really early on, and it's two at the end. There's the CC.
Oh! That
guy gets it in his shoulder. I think
that's
one
instant.
Gets it on the bounce. I think one gets it between his legs on the bounce.
That's what
one more.
That's what you call instant karma.
Yeah, I'd say that first guy could have been a fatality.
Yeah, 100%.
But did one get the bounce? You know, when it hit the floor, I think he was jumping and he got caught.
I think he did.
Back up a little bit.
I think he did.
Well, what's the point of cutting down a street light anyways?
Because they can
Why did he cut it, then walk round it, and then walk under it where it was falling?
Well,
It's not as poetic as Cool Hand Luke cutting the heads off of parking meters. That is for sure. Hey, Trump215, can you just show yourself on camera? Give me a wave. Because I got burned once showing a Topple impersonator.
I bet that's tops.
yeah,
I know.
We're guessing.
You remember that time, right? Last Dance?
Yeah, I remember that.
Was that the toilet time?
Of course.
Yeah. I'm going to add this guy, Based Welshman's buddy. There we go. And he's back again. All right. What's going on, McGrand? How are you?
Good, man.
Oh, all right.
Good.
A little bit of delay.
Good audio.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Thank
Bit
you.
of green screen action.
Oh, it's
It's
not Topple, he said. Holy shit, I was right.
Oh.
In the private chat, real Topple says it's not Topple.
Oh.
How do you know? It's him with the same username.
You never. That's
Yeah.
that's one of our problems with YouTube, man. Oh, it is me. It's now wait. How do I know that's him in the private chat?
Don't put him on until he
Shows himself.
shows himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
There you go. It says that's me.
Go full screen. That's what you got to do. Go full screen.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Let's just show him. Keep that middle. Keep the bird up, buddy. All right. What's going on, pimp? Pimp daddy.
Oh, random goon.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. How you been?
How you doing?
How do you, dude? Can I ask you, Goon? Do you sleep a lot during the day?
Why would you ask that? What makes you think that's a thing?
Yeah.
Because of the time
my
difference.
OnlyFans
I'm sorry,
is-
I'm like a time traveler. It's
Who's he talking to
And-
me?
I
You know.
only post on my OnlyFans at like, you know, in afternoon, the evening, sort of thing.
I mean, I would imagine that the most popular man on OnlyFans would be like number 10 million out of
Yeah.
popularity. Like, I just don't see guys paying for guys or girls paying for guys like guys will pay for chicks. You know, I feel like that's where the money is.
I did hear a story of a guy getting like the top
Come
on
on.
OnlyFans, but
I would have thought he was a bottom. Oh!
but he was dressed as a girl.
Oh, wow. Okay. There was a woman in Boston. There was a woman in Boston who got fired for being a nurse, quite a good nurse, by the way, because of her OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
And she was making $250,000
Yeah,
a month. A month.
Well-
cucumbers up
Wow.
a chuff.
If I was that nurse, I'd be like, fuck you all. I'm earning 100,000 times more than I do here, so
Yeah.
fuck you.
well, but just think about how much comfort she gave to her patients.
I mean, frankly, I don't see a connection between the two.
Goes over
No.
to her patients, goes subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Now I can see
Well, I do.
why a teacher would get fired for that, but a nurse, I think that's totally different.
No, well, I do.
Nurses are like special people, man.
I don't, because if I employed a nurse and I found out she had a side business of sticking cucumbers up her chuff for simps,
What if
then
she was a
then
paediatrician?
then I would suggest
That's another that's like the teacher thing.
yeah, but then well that's what OnlyFans is, sticking things up your chuff.
Well, not only, but I mean, that's part of it.
Oh, okay, so I've never been on OnlyFans, I'll tell you now, but they are parting their flaps and stuff in there and doing all the chicken poses like you would
No,
like in the
they're full. It's,
okay.
in order to make 250,000, you got to give some full frontal. And
No,
Yeah.
no,
you know.
I'll correct you. Amaranth, who's a Twitch streamer, and she does OnlyFans. She doesn't show anything. and she gets like, I think she earned like 3 million in a year.
She's the unicorn, though, isn't she? Everyone
Yeah,
else,
but she
everyone
doesn't
else,
show
everyone
anything.
else is sticking tools up their chuck.
Oh yeah, everyone else. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're out there, but for the most part. Now, I guess, you guys all know nurses are generally pretty nuts. They're amazing at their job, but usually outside of what they do for work, they're kind of, usually a little...
Oh yeah. I've known a lot of nurses, man.
They party like crazy. They're fucking...
Same as teachers.
Yeah.
Whoever
So...
mentioned teachers.
Yeah, it's true.
Teachers, I don't know as much about. I mean, yeah.
But nurses are definitely, and you know what?
No.
They're not afraid of the body thing. You know what I mean? So.
Got that right.
You're trying to say they're horny bitches? Because,
No, I'm just saying that they're not prude. They don't become prude in the moment of an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
That you may
just
define.
going off. It's like, oh shit, somebody's dying. Fuck me harder.
Well, no, I'm talking about just like contact. You know what I mean? They're different people.
Yeah, funny shit.
Yep. Like sitting next to a bar, for example, McGrandy's pimp. She might just touch your arm, and guess what? It's like you'll notice,
Yeah, I
My sister's a haematology nurse.
Yeah.
Or herself out.
Trolling topple.
When you deal with people like they do, you've got to be special, man. It's like super special,
My sister's a
they're like
haematology
experts.
nurse.
Hematology, does that have to do with blood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she takes blood.
Cool. Not to change the subject, but definitely some interesting...
He's not actually a practicing nurse. Likes taking people's blood.
Interesting stuff this week happened with the Supreme Court.
I'm very good.
Anybody have any disagreements with their findings, with their...
Well, I'm going to surprise you guys. You know what? I always thought that affirmative action was just like a crutch. It was like a ridiculous methodology, and you know what? So be it. On all merit, But the beautiful thing was that what came with that thing, and this is coming from a liberal, is it got rid of the race question. So no longer the race question is involved in
I agree.
applications and things like that. So that's fair warning, though, for a lot of people who should be naming their kids John Brown and other things instead of Chiquana and
I don't.
anyway,
I don't
I'm
know.
just like bouncing that into the future, man. Under the new
but-
legislative things that's going to be coming out of this.
The thing is, they can get around the ruling anyway. They can already get around it. So
Somewhat, not completely like they used to be able to, but they can
You-
still take how race impacted a person's life through
You know what?
negative, positive, or whatever. That can be one
You know
of the
what it
things
is?
taken into account.
You want to
I
get
can
into
change
college?
race, can I?
Uh,
Can
you
I
want to
change
get
race?
into a college? You take a test, and everybody
So-
learns how to take the test.
Yeah, but we're not on about that now because we know it's more than that. It's like you said, it's about race and your experience is race. So if I can change sex, surely I can change race.
Yeah, that's actually
Wow, that's interesting.
that's not really
Well,
relevant.
if I change
though.
race and I become, say, a black, and then I turn to a lesbian trans lady,
It might not be
then,
okay.
then I tick all the boxes.
Definitely
for
not
Harvard, don't I?
Well,
unconstitutional.
if you can change sex, you can change race, then you can change species. So there.
Well, there we go. They say that already now.
Yeah, I
They say that
know.
cats and stuff.
Fucking stupid.
So my lady asks this question. I think it's legitimate, but if somebody gives the college like $500,000 and then that gives preferential treatment to their kid, it's not just that rich parents, the rich parents make sizable donations
Yeah,
to
that's-
get that's part of what's happening there. And because they are running a business, is that okay? Someone gives a lot of extra money to get their kid into school.
Yeah,
it's
but
a business.
It's not exclusive. It's not exclusively white donors, is it? Or white parents giving deals. I mean, I'm sure there's Asian parents and black parents that also donate to these schools.
I mean, if the schools wouldn't exist without those donations, then maybe a portion should be allocated to that sector. But then-
I disagree.
What?
I disagree.
What-
In
what?
America,
Fuck these
the
kids
whole
because they can't afford it. But yeah,
No. Like maybe 10% can be allowed to go in
Yeah, but
through.
you're giving an advantage to somebody else just because they have money.
No,
Which is perfectly
those.
constitutional.
But those.
Fine.
Listen,
It might
listen
not
to
be
my.
right, but it's
Listen,
it's the way it works.
if those
Got
kids
money.
didn't get in and that school didn't get funded by those funds, then none of the kids would get into that school because it wouldn't exist.
Yeah. And let's not forget, Harvard has about a $50 billion endowment fund, which is predominantly from basically money given to them by graduates and basically their investments. So
It's alumni donations basically, and what do you call them? Bequeaths.
right, when someone dies,
When
yeah.
someone dies, they bequeath their estate.
But on another note, I think what it should be is that the parents with the money should use that money to get the kids tutored so they can be at the level that would get them into that college, rather than just
It's not
paying
their
for them to get
choice.
in. And
It's not their choice unless they homeschool in that way.
Yeah, I mean, another problem with the affirmative action thing. You want to finish your thought, Biscuit? Go ahead.
But it's racist, isn't it?
It's not racist. It's elitism. It's elitism because you've got rich black people too.
And poor white people who grew up in the same neighborhoods as the blacks, who will not. That's my point, is like, in a lot of neighborhoods all around the country, there's kids who grew up with single moms that are white, that had maybe one parent, maybe they were poor, they're growing up in maybe a minority dominant neighborhood with the same lack of opportunities that the minorities had.
That's right. So
And they're not getting the fucking... So if they wanted to do some sort of a socio-economic based help to incentivize people that had nothing to do with race, but only that said, all right, we can see that it was harder for you, but, that still doesn't mean giving away shit, but basing it on race was just completely fucking flawed, man.
You could even base it on race if you say, if this person who's applying, for example, is a descendant of an American slave. That would be acceptable. Because it's not based on race, it's based on past discrimination directly to them.
past. Very past.
That wouldn't be acceptable to me.
Generations
Or it would
past.
be acceptable in the Supreme Court.
Well, what do you want
Oh,
about?
in the Supreme Court.
They
Okay.
haven't been affected. Their ancestor times 6 has been affected. Nothing to do with them. They haven't been affected.
Oh, the fucking
Yeah, but it-
genealogy nightmare that would involve. I can only
You gotta-
imagine.
You gotta remember, the
Right,
Supreme
right,
Court
right.
isn't there to decide whether something is good or bad or right or wrong.
No, just
They have a
just
very
keep
narrow
everyone
point of
equal.
view to
I believe you should keep the names out of
The
job
slippery
applications.
slope, last dance.
No
Slippery
names.
slope.
No names, just what qualifications, because names can give away
Begun.
people's race, and that way the race card can get thrown out again. And I think that's level.
You
that
know
levels
what?
the
I
field.
gotta tell you guys, I don't have a problem with the affirmative action thing, but I'm telling you, this Supreme Court is a slippery slope. We are fucking living history. We are living history like you can't believe.
the slippery
This is a
slope from
beautiful
what
thing.
to what?
Well, there's another case,
Well-
but we're moving on awfully quickly from the monumental decision of...
In 2 or 3 years, you will be able to answer that for yourself, last dance.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, so...
Just an alarmist, just talking nonsense.
Toffel, what's your take on the affirmative action decision? Yes. Yeah.
Barely.
son of a bitch, I got a new mic.
No,
I
that's
can hear
pretty
it.
good.
It's
That's
not
pretty
bad.
good.
Awesome.
It's fine.
The mic's
Dude,
rubbish.
welcome.
Welcome.
What's happened there, Clarence?
What do you think about the recent affirmative action decision, man?
It should have been done way back. Not.
Right.
It's racist. It's all racist.
Of
The
course.
affirmative action, I'm with you on that, Clarence.
Well,
I really am.
Grande, you are a Republican that tries to pretend to be a liberal.
No,
Yes,
I'm not.
yes,
I'm not.
yes, you are.
I'm not.
You really
not.
do.
I'm not.
Yes,
I'm a fair man.
Everything you say every week just makes me like, are you a Republican?
He definitely has conservative views, but he definitely has degenerate views too.
Oh, he's also got very liberal with immigration. Very liberal, McGrand.
Very.
I am
very
extremely liberal.
very
Immigration is imperative for America. I got to tell you,
Pretty liberal.
not only for America, but
liberal.
for Western Europe
Pretty
as
liberal.
well.
Republican about his
It's
policy on
imperative for
immigration.
Western Europe
Nothing.
because it's nothing new.
That's my
It's been
Larry
going
David
on
impression
forever.
for the night.
It's a good Larry David. It was good. Can you do Jeff's wife next?
What are you doing?
Great show. Great show. Yeah, so another decision by the Supreme Court, which I found to be a little more controversial, because I think the affirmative action thing a lot of people agreed with, was it Colorado regarding the website designer?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Now, she created a hypothetical situation which hadn't even occurred yet, so there was no injury. So the court could have completely decided not to even address or touch this fucking thing, man. Because it never even occurred. It was only a hypothetical thing, but they did end up addressing it, judging it, and they decided that a business owner apparently... If anyone wants, do you know the actual litigation to it, Last Dance?
Well, it's a Colorado law that prohibits discrimination on the basis of all these things.
Freedom of
race,
speech.
sex.
It was a freedom of speech.
And it effectively requires, because you can't discriminate in what you offer, providing goods and services. If your goods, you're forced to, her hypothetical was, I don't want to design a website that advocates.
Not that thing.
Yeah?
What's McGrath saying?
I don't know. It kind of derailed you
My
mid.
apologies.
Yeah, so, she doesn't want to design a website that promotes gay marriage. And the Supreme Court ruled that the state cannot force you to speak and say things that you don't want to say, which is what they ruled this Colorado law effectively did. Now that doesn't mean that you can discriminate. You can refuse to accept people that are gay, or you can refuse to accept people that are black. It just means you don't have to speak by in your art or your publications or any such thing.
Well, there's even companies like that will write, like Goon, I'm sure you've heard of this. They'll write a song, like it's so cheesy, but they'll write a song for a couple, like a personal song, or even if somebody wants to do like a painting of somebody. So how are you going to force somebody to write a good song about something that they have an objection to?
Well, yeah. Didn't Ryan Adams do a song about America, and he fucking hated it, but because it was like popular?
Are you thinking about Little Pink Houses by John Cougar?
No, Ryan Adams.
Oh, not Bryan Adams.
No,
You're on about Robin Hood's song.
No, Ryan, not Brian.
No, we're all old. We're all hearing Bryan Adams, even though he keeps saying Ryan fucking Adams.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Summer of 65, right, bro?
I heard Brian with a B.
Right.
69.
I'm a
Okay.
Grande's pimp.
give up.
You need to turn your mic up, man.
M is in Mancy.
Worse.
How do I turn
Quiet.
it
I find him quiet. Is he quiet to you, chaps?
Yes,
on?
he
Am I
is.
quiet?
Yes, he is. But I hear him because
I'm gonna fight
you know what? I listen. So I'm listening closely.
Yeah, we have to when he speaks.
McGrandy's pimp, are you? Why don't you give us an example of that song that you're quoting?
What? Yeah, the Ryan Adams thing about America. He hates America.
Right, hold on. Is that better?
I think it's fine.
I think
hear you
it's
fine.
It's fine.
It is a bit better.
I just turned it up, but it's like
mean,
max gain.
I don't hear you because you're not saying anything.
Yes,
I don't-
exactly.
I'm saying stuff. Fucking bastards.
I don't think gain actually changes the volume, does it? It just changes how much it picks up. Of the
You're
mic.
low as well, you are.
You know what, dude?
That's because I'm
Get
not
in
this
that
close
mic
to the
and
microphone.
Tell us what you want to
Is
tell
that what
us.
he's doing?
Get in there.
Yeah,
Get
get
in
closer.
there.
Get right in there like that.
I'm getting on there.
All of a sudden, everyone's fucking Rick Rubin around here. Fucking producers. Get closer to the mic. Little more compression.
This is so fucking weird now. It's like right in my face. I'm like, so scared.
Give it to us, man. Tell us what you think. Give us all the answers.
Yeah, this is one reason why my microphone is good and simultaneously bad, because I can be far away from it and it picks me up fairly clearly.
But it
But
picks
it all-
everything.
Every fucking thing, dude.
It's picking up that fan pretty clearly as well.
Actually,
That one, that's the opposite Oppo Zappo fan. It's not the normal fan, but it's
Steve,
keeping
you got
me
a
nice.
great mic, man.
It's a good one. It's on a clamp with a shim.
Fun time.
That's the most redneck mic stand I've ever seen.
That's a hair elastic to keep. That's the backup to keep it from falling off.
You know.
Oh my God, I've got little number of sequences there.
Yeah, it's a great mic. This is made to clip on the top of a laptop for doing like fucking meetings at work or something. But I've worked it out. It works okay. It's not great, but whatever. It gets the job done. You know, I haven't upgraded since I got all this shit. I've kept it all the same. It's organic, so it works.
That's good, man. That's good.
You mean you got it working and you were like, I don't want to fuck with this anymore?
Yeah.
Face?
Yeah.
I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. Like I can sympathize. I had my setup for like 10 years, you know, and I had to move it, and because my construction shit, and it's like all kinds of chaos. But you know what? It's refreshing. It's like
No, it's
Hey,
the
we-
same
we
with my
cannot-
stream. I'm like, I'm not gonna fuck with it because it's working right
Right.
now.
yeah.
Okay.
And I have other individuals that want to participate in my high technology, and it's just like somewhat alarming. Don't fuck with my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because after so many years, you realize you give somebody access, and oh man, I can't tell you how many computers I lost because somebody said, oh yeah, man, I can clean your computer, and
You're
Like-
the kind of guy that would pop like the kid's ball that kicked it in your yard.
Keep it. He brings it onto his porch and goes, "Mine now, bitches," and then goes
Yeah.
inside with his new ball.
I wish I
He
had a
beats
yard.
him.
Yeah.
I keep getting this feeling that I want to upgrade my PC all the time, and then I'm like, It's fucking working. Why the fuck do I keep wanting to upgrade it?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That same feeling, Vapes.
I get all
Fucking
kinds of
same feeling.
invitations for new operating
They've got a
systems.
2080 Ti.
I've got a 30. I've got a 3070, and but I want to upgrade to a Ryzen 9 or whatever. I want to have more RAM, but I don't need to. Everything that I want to play works perfectly fine.
Exactly.
I don't need to do it.
Exactly.
But you want to, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that little itch.
And you know what comes with that, Biscuit, is commonality and confidence, and it gives you ways in your brain. And 2 o'clock in the morning, it's going to make you realize, you know, what
You know what?
gotta
The
do.
only thing that
And
stopped
there's
me
no
from
more interferences.
the only thing that stopped me from spending the money is not having the fucking money in the bank to buy what I want.
Yeah, that's
So,
funny.
so be it. That's fate.
And also, I want to pass my car test because my dad's offered once to pass my car test to get a car, but I'd keep spending money on shit I don't need.
Now, upgrading a car, that would be cool. Upgrading a computer, nerd alert. Sorry.
No, I have a similar
You know,
situation,
I
but
swear
my
to this-
OnlyFans can't pay for my PC upgrades.
What did you say?
I said, like... Oh, for fuck's sake. I said, like, I would do the same, but my OnlyFans can't pay for my PC upgrade.
Oh, yes, yes.
So,
Yeah, I get like,
you know,
I never want to change my phone because signing back into everything is such a pain in the ass.
Oh no, not on Android. You just put your Google thing in and then it just automatically downloads and everything's
Same
back
with
to normal.
iPhone, bro. Same
Yeah.
with iPhone. Just save it to the cloud.
Me
Yeah,
too,
but
man. No
I don't-
for me.
I don't
You're-
use my Google account, so I never know what the hell anything
Oh,
is.
so Steve, you're a Google guy.
Yeah, I'm an Android.
All my photos are backed up, so if I upgrade my phone, I just get everything restored when I put my password in.
All Vapes porn is...
Family photos and all my work.
That's a weird name for porn.
You guys are so fucking
I don't-
I mean, a
Say-
great name for a porn folder, though, to, like, get...
Goon, why the hell would you say? Why the hell do you save your porn to your phone? It's all free online.
Alright, I'm gonna go pee outside. I will mute it since about 3 weeks ago you guys heard me take a piss,
Well,
and embarrassing.
We want to
You
hear
should
it
bring
again.
out a lavalier
From
mic out there,
OnlyFans, I'm recording.
Steve, and-
Hold on.
Let us hear it, man. I want a separate recording. You could use it for backfill later on.
No,
Who knows?
because then you could clip this part and be like,
Yeah.
No, come on,
Put it
man. We
into a
could use
drum
it.
and bass beat.
You gotta. They're talking about storage. That's what you gotta do.
He's just switched his fan off.
God, it's
No, he's muted his
No,
mic.
shut his piss fan.
Oh, that's
Yes,
what it is.
His
this is
piss
the
man
sound of
mic is
pure
off.
bliss. Well,
I know,
Holy
right?
Either his fan's on like flat out or it's not on.
You know what, guys?
no.
Just
He's
check it
muted
this out.
himself.
I'm
You
like,
can always hear his fan.
I'm like,
It's one of
I'm
those.
gonna-
Go on.
thank you. I'm going to. I'm trying to explain myself here, Base. I appreciate your indulgence. I'm running out of beer, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to go run and go get some beer. So I'm going to just disappear and shut my mic off and leave my
thanks for
window
telling us
open. It
that,
might take me
Brandon.
about 20 minutes. So
Well, I'll-
is that all right? Yeah.
Go ahead and
last
kick yourself out. We'll put you back in when you come.
All right. That's even better. Thank you.
Yep.
Guys, be good.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Take care, man.
Yes, Biscuit, you were talking.
I was saying it's like when you have bad experiences throughout your life, and then you have an alrightly good one. Those bad experiences make that alrightly good one feel so much better. It's the same with this noise. When you're hearing that fan, it just feels so much better when it's quiet.
Right?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the first time I ever come. I mean,
You need to. You need
no,
a
I
dimmer.
don't hear you, Topple. I don't hear you, mate.
Yeah.
fan's back!
Hey! Yeah,
Smoke fan.
Topple's having some trouble, by the way. I
Uh,
don't hear you, dude.
guest can't unmute mic because they choose to mute themselves.
Well, no, he just muted himself after I told him, like,
Oh. That's the extent of my technical assistance. I press click one thing. So, do we all agree with this Supreme Court ruling regarding the company in Colorado? And to what extent does that go?
I mean,
Does that mean-
I admit I haven't read the whole decision.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I don't know enough about it to agree or disagree.
What is this thing in Colorado?
Exactly.
So, they decided that if hypothetically a hypothetical came up with this situation, that this web designer said that they would not want to design maybe a website, like say for a wedding. People probably do that now. Is like, yeah, check out our website. It's going to have all the details for our wedding. It's $5 a month for a domain. Get someone to design it. Who knows? Whatever, or whatever this predominantly gay couple or whatever. I don't, like you guys are saying, I don't really get it. First of all, I think it's from a previous small business owner myself, turning down people coming at you with money and saying, here, can you build us a website? Here's $5,000. You're fucking crazy to turn it down.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's what commerce is. That's what commerce is. If you want to turn it down, the next person will take it off you.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree with the person's right to turn it down. I might find them
neither.
as a business owner to be just dumbasses.
Yeah.
But
They
hey,
must be busy, Steve. They
That-
must be
that
really
is,
busy. They
you're
must have
right.
A big backlog. You know, get 2 months backlog, and when these people come in, I'm not being funny. I can guarantee they're going to be a pain in the ass. I'm not going to get involved in it. You know, in his own head.
if that's the case, if they can't accept work because they have tons of work, then they would be turning down any job that came in. But you're saying they're turning down this particular one because you think these people would be more difficult.
The example I said is because he feels that they'll be more difficult. Yeah.
They'll be more
Why not?
difficult.
Why not?
What about the idea of a state or something that is predominantly like straight, yeah, fucking America, you know? If they advertise it like that, don't you think they will get more business just because they're advertising? Oh no, these people.
You mean using it to their advantage, saying like, we're like all red, white, and blue. We're Americans, and
in the state that they can do that in, you know, and profit from it.
yeah, I'll give you this: if you pull something like that in Massachusetts, there's a good chance your business is going to fold. But if you pull something like that in, say, Texas has some liberals, but
Yeah,
Austin.
what did you say?
You can't do that in Austin.
Austin, maybe like Tennessee. You know, there's some places like that would be more accepting and less protesting of businesses that acted that way. I would probably think they were being discriminatory if they had a blanket thing that said they're not going to accept business from. Now, can you take it a bit further and say if it's a certain race of person, is that okay for a business to turn them away?
No, but they can be a pain in the ass for multiple reasons, can't they? They can be a pain in the ass because the way they spoke to you.
It's
you
not
can be
that
a pain in the ass because of the way they are. But you obviously, you know, as a businessman, you don't say, because I can see you're both pansies and you're going to be giving me really hard work. I could just imagine it. You just say I'm flat out, and he might be flat out. And the reality is, he can do other jobs rather than that, and that's his attitude.
Like asking a Christian guy to bake a cake that looks like a guy fucking another dude in the butt. It's just like, well, no.
I mean,
I can't, dude. You know.
No, that's over the top. I would never expect someone to do that.
No, like that sort of extreme.
That's not like, I would turn that down myself if I was a baker. But if somebody came and said, like, two guys are getting married, can you just make a wedding cake saying congratulations, Mike and Rick?
Rick, top, by the way.
I think there's a minor but important distinction. They cannot turn away people for who they are. They're just not required to create a website that says a certain thing on it. So it is speech that it's being protected here, expressive speech, not commerce per se.
But and now, if you take that under some level, is it?
People away.
Is
They're
there?
not allowed- Sorry.
No, are they? So they're not allowed to turn people away, is what he's saying. And are they allowed to? So is it artistic license that the speech? Is it? Is there any artistic license involved with the creating of it?
Like I said, I haven't read every detail, but my understanding is that it's. I mean, if you are speaking, or writing, or designing, I really need to read the decision now that I'm talking. The more I talk, the less convinced I am that it makes
Right. Well,
makes
I mean,
sense.
as silly as it sounds, like writing on a cake with frosting could be. It is writing. It is writing.
It counts, absolutely.
It counts. It's sugar, but it's yeah. I mean, it counts. So where else you go? Like I alluded to before, like creating music. Like there's certain things I could see people would have. But yeah, I think people are taking this decision and asking the questions that I was just asking and saying, does this mean that like you can turn away anybody for anything at any business for any reason at all?
Well, you should be able to turn away any just don't, if for example it's because they want a printing done where there's some derogatory sort of innuendos and sexual content, and you're a printer, and you just turn around and say, I'm not being funny. You don't say it's because of your race, you just say because you're flat out, you got shit on, and you give them a ridiculous price.
I mean, not even that. Imagine, like, pubs around here. You're barred. You can't come into this pub anymore. They'll tell other pubs around my area not let this guy in. So is that the same sort of thing?
Like a blacklist?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Is it because is he a danger to the other patrons, possibly disruptive, violent?
It's not a fair comparison of the two. Basically, you don't care where they get their printing done for their like sketchy, spicy thing, right? As long as they don't come to your place, because to be honest, you've got enough shit on at the moment, and you give them a really inflated price, and you say, oh, okay, if they take the inflated price, I'll do it. The 3 times I'd normally charge them, but they'll go to the person down the road. You're not going to say nothing to the person down the road. You just allow them carry on, innit?
Interesting.
But like you said, a pub thing, yeah, it's different. It's like safety. When you get banned from one pub in Britain, in like a small town and stuff, you're likely to get banned from a lot of them.
Normally all the doormen are all like interconnected and they'll talk to each
that
other.
way. Well, no, I live in a small ass town. So they're only like little country pubs, I might say. But they still all like communicate, most of them anyway.
Oh boy, that sounds like a nice spot, a country pub in a small town in the UK.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, Steve, if you ever come down, come my way.
They have whiskey and beer.
Oh yeah.
Whiskey and beer.
Any cannabis?
Yeah,
They don't have any Bud Light.
Toys and drugs.
he imagines a big fireplace, logs, and,
Yeah.
and that's what he imagines. Where in reality, it's nothing like that.
No, it's sticky floors and carpet.
Right. Kind of a dive bar, but with a little more charm.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, I hear you.
Just a bit of nice mahogany.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's always a good idea to move around when you're at the bar, because if you stand still for too long,
Yeah, your feet stick.
Your feet will stick to the carpet.
Right.
There
You
you
could-
go.
So that's very true. It's been many a time.
Yeah, sure. That's killer. It's just, yeah, we Americans definitely have that picture of the UK, that these beautiful bars.
There are some
Yeah.
in rural areas that are really nice.
But there's not that many,
Like,
you know what I mean?
we've
I mean,
got
some
this
Americans think we're all connected
cathedral
to the Royals, don't they? I mean,
Well,
some people
we've
say,
got
"Oh,
the-
do you know the Royals?" And you're like, "What?"
I guess some of the pubs in Cotswolds would be lovely to visit.
Oh no, we've got the best cathedral in
I've
Britain.
visited a few in the Cotswolds.
Fucking
Yeah, they're all going to be pretty nice there, like especially on that tourist route.
Cool. That sounds epic. Good stuff. I remember there was some cool things in the Da Vinci Code. I think they did some stuff in the
that was
UK.
filmed around where I was saying.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Wow, weird how the mind works. Somehow I must have heard that. That always made me think of.
Yeah, the exact cathedral where I live near. Yeah.
Huh,
That's
cool.
Exactly where they filmed that.
I don't even know if I saw the movie, but I read it. Dan Brown's just great. His all of his stuff is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
author.
I bought the first book, I read it, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of boring.
Really?
But it's not my sort of thing.
Yeah, I loved
I
it.
give it to my mum, and she's like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, that's when I heard about that. What is it called? Self-flagellation, with the guy fucking whipping his own back with the fucking spikes and shit.
Yeah.
For Jesus to like feel pain for Christ or something.
That's what the Shias do, don't they? They
Yeah,
whip themselves.
it's,
in the streets. They're doing it now in the UK.
It's a standard, pain is a standard ritual in religions of all kinds.
How fucked up is that?
I'd like to ask a new question. 'Cause I've seen it recently in America, where the Overton window is sort of moved, and on the old drag time story time, I've seen a lot of Armenian Americans sort of not giving two fucks about the degenerates, and I've also seen patriots and Muslims as well, not just Armenian Americans. Muslims also not giving two fucks what the pro drag queen. I'm just wondering what have you noticed that, and what do you feel on it, and do you think that's happening?
I think the drag queen is a separate issue. The whole trans ideology is not really well supported by many people. It's really quite a small minority,
And it's a massive subject.
Yeah, and as it gets pushed in public schools, people are getting together and protesting, and this has happened in a county here in Maryland, Montgomery County, where the group of Muslims.
And it seems to be the minorities that are standing up, like you said, like you're Muslims, you're American Muslims, and you're sort of right-leaning Christians, or very traditional Christians,
Exactly.
that are Armenian, or they don't care about being called racist. They don't care. They're just like, whatever. They just brush it off. And that's what I've been noticing in America recently, and it seems to have moved the goalposts.
Yeah, I think it has. I think it had already peaked before that, in terms of, sometimes the more things get exposed to the light, the more they,
expose themselves.
the more they're rejected once people understand more about them. And
Well, it's been artificially pushed, isn't it? I mean, I'm not talking about gays, lesbians, or bisexuals. I'm on about the T, the Q, and like the drag side. The real crazy side.
I don't get it, dude. That's the question I always asked. Why? Why are they there? Why are they doing it? I don't know if I inherently understand why. And then I've seen enough videos of some questionable behavior, legs opened with men wearing dresses, views that I don't think kids should see, possible twerking, and
actually exposing
And then
themselves.
they get exposed to that though, the kids do.
that's what I'm saying. Like, why? Like, if you want to do that in a nightclub, if people want to go and have some drinks and have some laughs at a drag show, adults, more power to you, man. Might not be my thing, but adults are adults. But why is there children involved?
Yeah, Steve, what you got is drag. Drag is normally gay men that dress in male clothes but perform in female clothes.
Yes.
Right? And why do they want to reach stories to children? Why don't they want to reach stories to all those pensioners? They don't understand. They need educating.
No, Welshman. There is like quite a right, well, they would say far right drag star who says this exact same thing. Is saying like it. He says it's adult entertainment. This is not for kids. Like, why can you not understand that men dragging up?
Yeah, but it's
not for
also not for the
children.
government to tell people and parents what shows they can
I think
bring
when
their
it's the
kids
What,
to.
when it's public money,
adult
though, when it's public
entertainment?
money,
You're
game
fine
over.
with
I mean-
showing your children adult entertainment.
The only way that
No,
I
I'm not
can
fine with
the only time I see drag is acceptable for kids is during pantomime.
Yeah, but
Yes.
it's,
Yeah, that's
yeah, I
probably the only
agree. But,
time.
and it's not sexual at all, is it?
No, it's usually in a kid's story like Jack and the Beanstalk and like the Ugly Sisters or something.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first thing to note is that despite all the press and attention and noise surrounding it, it's very rare that people, there's drag shows and children are the drag. This is like, extremely rare. It's like
not-
getting hit by
That's what
lightning.
people said about the church.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
extremely rare that priest
Last
looks like
dance.
child.
I've
Well, that wasn't that rare.
I've protested at least
It's
I
still
think
a
5
problem.
within 20 miles of my home address last year. There's tours going around the UK and there's tours going around.
Oh,
America,
yeah.
man.
That's what it is. I found it. Holy shit. My mind actually worked for
Right.
once.
Well,
And it's
like-
public
like-
money.
I'm going to listen to the rest of the show on my phone, guys. I'm off to bed.
All right, dude.
All
I'll
right,
see
having
you
you,
later.
Biscuit.
Have a good
Take
one,
care.
mate.
No worries,
Good
guys.
Good night. By the
Night,
way, you're
everyone.
looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, night, everyone.
Cheers.
Good night.
See you, man. Take
Can
care.
you guys hear me now?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
loud and clear.
Yes.
We could hear you.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh.
Oh, wow.
I'm hoping Lee joins in to jump in and replace Biscuit. Lee, get your butt in here, buddy.
You know, so-
Yeah,
so-
base Welshman. I looked at my local school at one point just to check out what the fuck was going on because me and my mate were like hanging out on Discord. But it was like, yeah, the trans people are accepted. And I'm like, fucking hell, this is like for kids up to what 16 when they leave school, maybe 17. Like, what kid is going to be trans at that age?
The
I
younger.
don't
There was a kid on the.
younger.
There was a kid on the story of on the cover of, I think it was National Geographic a few years ago, was a boy identifying as a girl, and now he doesn't identify.
Oh, it's switched.
They're called a detransitioner.
Yeah, back. So people who were called a bigot then for questioning it were now, I guess, seemingly right. I don't know.
You've got to feel bad for them people.
I
though.
do feel bad.
You've got-
I feel a lot of sorrow for them because the stories I hear about is basically they go in confused. And someone gave me a good example the other day. There's 0 genders, 2 sexes, and infinite personalities. And just because you don't fall under your typical female or male sort of, typical characteristics, it doesn't mean, like you're in the wrong body, etc.
You can let him in, buddy. I'm looking at something back. Trying to find this story here.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
agree
very
with you,
it's
though.
very sad, and these people that have a lot of people that transition find out that this is not really. It ends up
Yeah,
this is not what they
get
wanted.
Transitioned at such a young age that they don't know what. I mean, like you can't drink or drive, but you can choose your fucking gender.
The same
I mean-
drug they chemically castrate sex offenders with is the same drug they
Really?
they do to
They
stop
use
you going through
transitions,
puberty.
Yeah.
If, for example, you have second thoughts in a
All right.
later date, you're stuck with a micro penis.
Yeah, and that happened to that one. Chaz, I think, is their name. It's a famous show. Chaz or some shit. But anyways, let me screen share that. This I found to be utterly shocking on NBC News's part. Frankly, let me. How can I make this full screen?
Biased reporting, actually.
If I don't show, if the DMs are gone, I should be fine, right? So I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to screen share.
The world's like inverted. What's right is wrong. You know, it really is. What's up is down. It's just not right. Everything's backward.
So, can you guys read that? Tweet in the middle?
Drag March.
Drag Mark. Yeah.
So, NBC News is saying the "Coming for Your Children" chant, which these people were doing during this march, has been used for years at Pride events. According to longtime march attendees and gay rights activists who said it's one of the many provocative expressions used to regain control of slurs against LGBTQ people. And thank goodness that Twitter has corrections, because underneath it says,
Yeah, thank God for community notes.
"Coming for Your Children" is not a historical part of Pride. The chant appears to originate from the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir singing a song with this title 2 years ago, 2021. This article is thus a misrepresentation of Pride's history.
So they basically, with no evidence at all, they either just wrote down what they were told without any backup at all, or they just made it up themselves. By the way, that San Francisco Gay Choir, you want to Google that, that actual quote, "We're coming for your children," and you listen to it, it's like 50 of them in a row. You know, like we got 6 of us now, there's 50 of them singing that song. It's vile.
Yeah, I'd never even heard the chant before, but frankly, it angers me as somebody with a child,
Steve,
you know?
Steve, search the video and play it, man. This will fucking freak you from. Just put San Francisco Gay Choir 2021.
That was from when the choirs were doing everything on what's that thing called? Fucking, on the internet, but, you know,
TikTok.
Zoom, maybe. On Zoom, a giant Zoom
No, it
meeting.
was a proper video, mate. It was a proper video. They just made it look like a Zoom call, but a Zoom call with like 100
I see.
degenerates on
Proper
it.
vidya, mate. Proper vidya.
Proper vig.
And the production value is really high, the production value, but it's crazy.
I want to hear Topple more. Where's Topple?
I'm trying to figure out my mic.
You're
What?
fine,
I
bro.
can
You
hear
sound
you.
good.
Yeah, great.
It's 1,000% better than it was.
And I got fireworks playing like crazy around me. I'm outside, so
I can't hear
That's
the
okay.
fireworks.
You got anything to blow up this weekend?
no, we don't do it at my house. Not this year.
You got me, Topple.
That's not that blowing up or blowing.
Haha.
Well,
Whatever
on-
you
on
want to
the-
do. I mean,
On the blowing up front, I wish I was there, but I went to Iceland once, and my Icelandic guide, he said about 6 months previous, they broke into a mine and nicked all their explosive and blew up half the mountainside. They took it somewhere else and blew up half the mountainside, and they had so much fucking like explosives left. The police got involved and everything. It was like quite a serious thing. But around the corner from where he lived, he went to some cliffside. They blew up half the cliff, like, you know what lads are like. I thought it was a great story.
Yeah.
Grande, you just
I don't
look
know
like
that I want to
Biden
fool
walking
around
around.
with explosives like that.
Yeah, I know it's sketchy as fuck, but
And
this is it. This is
Yeah.
it. This will kill you.
it's
This will.
it's so disturbing, dude.
Yeah.
this looks like
I know,
PS2
Clarence.
with a suicide
Play it,
bomber.
play it, man.
Oh, God.
Is this superimposed?
Yeah, I mean,
This
what
ain't
is this?
real.
It's like a joke, is what it is.
This is supporters of the Democrat Party.
No, it's satire.
You're
CGI.
misinterpreting it.
Bullshit, dude. You
It's
know
them-
what?
They ain't conservatives. I'll fucking
That's
give you
called
that.
base labeling. Base labeling.
Yeah, I'm fucking right there. Not one of them. Not one of
I'm a
them.
goddamn
Republican
Democrat.
voter,
Guess
not
what?
one.
That shit makes me want to puke. So
Yeah,
stop your
I'm glad it
shit.
does, mate.
Because you're a
Wake you up.
Republican.
No, I'm not. This is
I
the
don't know, you-
litmus test.
There's loads of examples.
Dude,
like
I
this.
am a
completely
There's loads of
misinterpreting.
examples like
Democrat.
this.
I
You know,
think
they're
the
not
government should
Republican
work for
voters.
the
Let's not
people.
bullshit each other, lads.
I
right.
think the government should work for the people. I think they should give us money. I believe that. They should give
I don't
us
know what
money.
that's got to do with it.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I
Let me
believe.
just
And so, and but I don't
Last
believe in
time
that
to
kind
defend
of
this.
gender or social manipulation you're going through. You know, and,
Yes, I do know
actually,
why they're doing
I don't
that.
even think I have even
I can't
any
say it.
interest in those people who are doing their things. You know what? Because guess what? I'm a constitutionalist, dude. Everybody can do what they want to do.
All right, good stuff. Last dance, continue. What is my wife?
So
She-
this is a response to the frequent comment that gays are, they're really just pedophiles in disguise, and they're going to get your children. So this is their tongue-in-cheek parody response to that particular slur. It's not an actual promise to actually come for the children. They're making fun of what they're accused of, without any justification.
Now, do you think that's a reasonable response?
Yeah.
Say if somebody came out and said, like, to a bunch of white guys, "You guys are racist," and then they made a joke song about being racist.
Yeah.
And they were going to do racist things. Well, we're all just going to figure out that they're just joking around and that this doesn't have anything. I mean, it's a bad look. Whether it's a joke or not, I think it's a bad look.
You've been accused of one of the most horrific crimes, and I tell you what we'll do. We'll all get together, we're a really high production, we'll set up a fucking song, right? And we'll all sing it back in their faces that would come in for your children. I mean, exactly what Steve said. It's like the complete opposite thing.
Yeah.
May I ask a
Oh,
question?
and by the way, last dance. I think 3 or 4 of them are convicted paedophiles. They found out. So if you want to Google that, Steve, you'll find out. There's 3 or 4 on that page that are convicted. Google.
All right,
Honestly, put it in there, mate.
Happening in the gaming
find
Steve,
out
I have
how
a serious question.
People have been retweeting like "Don't touch children" and stuff to some of these gaming outlets because they've been posting some weird shit recently.
Yikes, gamers!
Yeah,
Not-
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It is not a good move.
and it,
Yeah,
it doesn't look government.
Steve, can I ask a question?
Yes.
All right, so if you look at Last Dance, what is that to the right of his screen?
His robot friend looking in the window because he's
Exactly.
making him
No,
stay
no,
outside.
I am
Let's gather around.
I'm
Johnny Five, bro. Johnny Five.
The robots, this is porn.
Wait, are you guys seeing
Like
something?
retarded out there.
Wait, can you guys see it, or is it me?
It's-
yeah,
It's a reflection.
blocked.
It's a reflection in the window.
That's why I made the robot joke, buddy. Get it there?
Everybody, appreciate
All right.
It's a light to make himself look prettier. Now he's
See, if I,
dark.
if I
it's
get
a
this in the
reflection.
way,
It's
No,
a
there.
reflection.
no. You've got a ring.
God, you guys were killing me.
It's all Last Dance and Natalie and Brullier.
Exactly.
On their album.
Oh,
you can
Natalie
see.
and
Here's the
Bruglia.
light.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
You actually have one of those to make your complexion look better?
You have to have an OnlyFans account.
to make my complexion, it's so you can see me at all.
Well, dude, I have a lamp with no lampshade with a rag over it. So, I mean, you know,
I
that's
didn't
pretty
buy
good.
this. My
I
can't even tell you.
my daughter did, and she left it here, so I use it.
Just like the booze she left a couple of weeks ago, right? That's everything is like from
I
your
consume
daughters.
everything.
That's funny.
I pay $8 a month to Last Dance's OnlyFans so I can afford Twitter.
I didn't mean to distract you, Graham.
No, the only
Oh,
reason
please
I
do.
mention it, Last Dance, the only reason I mention it is because I did a replay of my own video,
Be back in
or
1
the
minute.
last week's show, and my normal insane antics, and I noticed that same thing was there.
You there?
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I'm here.
Okay.
so clear.
When I mute
Wow, what
Smokesteve,
happened?
it's
Doesn't it?
I muted
Wow.
Smokesteve, and it's so quiet when that.
Holy shit, that was
no.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea. So anyway, so I'm going to speak quietly now. I noticed that um, image was also on my feed during that replay.
Image on your feet.
For the last show, if you watched the last show, you'll notice if wow,
I
this is
don't.
so quiet.
I
I
don't
cannot
remember.
believe this.
I feel like
It's
I
so
just
quiet. It's
visited-
distracting.
I feel like I just visited an old people's home and like
It's
the Grande's talking at me and I'm like,
you, you know what, my pimp? It's so nice to, dude. I had no idea how disruptive his feed is. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, it's
He's in the
horrible.
basement, and he needs. It's how
I-
he keeps the room
You know
clear.
what? It makes me want to feel like singing.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Maybe I will
No.
unmute the mic then.
Yes.
You're
Every
gonna
time I'm
s-
talking and he goes on mute, I think I lost the whole show or something.
Yeah, so
It's
do
how
I.
silent it gets.
Yes. It's ominous. It's like the all powerful thing. It's like Last Dance will preview. It's like we're living in the hive of the Borg, the low level fucking.
good day.
Is that Min
Who's
in
that
the chat?
Min?
Wow,
Min?
I always thought it
Min
was my
Kensington.
mic. I always thought it
Yeah,
was my
she's one of
mic.
my.
Happy birthday, Min Kensington. No,
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday. It's your birthday?
No,
I was just checking to see if the name is a joke.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
good day.
That was
She's
that was
one of my
fucking
longest.
amazing. That was
supporters
an
on the
eye opener
channel.
for me.
He hears you.
Morning.
I know he hears me.
Uh,
He's like Santa Claus. You know, he's omniscient. He hears all.
so Clarence, how you doing, man? It's getting hot out there, right?
No, it's still cool up here.
Yeah,
Really?
we've been
Yeah.
How about the
coolest
smoke? Any
been.
smoke?
terrible.
Yesterday
Terrible
was
here.
really bad. Yesterday was bad. Today wasn't so bad. It's like
Today was
sunny
bad.
days. We got most of the smoke come down, and then the cloudy days we can't tell. So
Yeah.
fuck
This is a Canadian attack.
yes, or they're poisoning us, as the conspiracists would say.
Yep.
Psyop.
They moved
Exactly.
from chemtrails to forest fires.
Yep,
So
that's what it is.
see,
my question is, why the hell is it burning up there so much? Is it
Because
like
they light them. Because they're lighting them.
okay? All right.
Well, there's a lot of fuel
Yeah.
for one thing, and there's arson, and plus those areas are very remote. You know, Canada is a huge country with a lot of remote
And they haven't
uninhabited areas.
managed. They haven't managed the lands again. They haven't managed the forest properly. And
Well,
I don't
guess
know.
what, buddy?
Last Dance. I don't know if Last Dance.
You don't
has
need
seen
to
what I've
manage the
seen.
forest.
But did you notice all the fires started at the same time?
Uh,
Did you see that on the satellite images?
so you're suggesting arson?
Some of them
Yeah.
are known to be arson.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. You got to do some. You got to do some research for Grande and just.
No, I'm simply asking a question.
Yeah, I know, but unless Last Dance had sort of backed me up then and said, yeah, there was arson confirmed, especially at the start.
So
Well-
do you think it was indigenous individuals causing that?
what?
Well, I would suggest whoever feels the climate is the biggest thing ever, they would be the prime suspects for it.
No, I'm talking that's like Mohawk country up there. It's like
No, I'm not on about.
and I don't blame you for not
It's not
knowing
a
this
race
base,
thing.
but
It's an
that's like
ideology
running
thing.
around. You got a bunch of
Cultists.
Indians up there, man.
Cultists.
No, it's
climate
not even-
cultists. Like
It's not even natives. They're some of the big parts of that are completely uninhabited, except for the space.
So
aliens.
guys are driving up there in their pickup trucks and starting fires.
Well,
No, they're not trying. Honestly, Migrande.
I don't know the
is
whole story,
unbelievable.
but I do know that some
When
of
you
them have
when
been
you when
confirmed
you
to
actually
be
just
arsonists.
use the internet and just
I
put
heard
it
it
in,
was
see what
Trump
comes up.
supporters.
Well, based, I apologize. I'm simply asking questions.
There you go. Cup of tea is. That's how the police reason.
Just shut down. Just shut down. Different opinion, and just shut it down as loonies, and then carry on and take your 7th jab, my granddad.
Oh,
All right, fans. All fans are off. All fans are off.
Do what you gotta do, Smokesteve.
Yeah,
Why, you
exactly.
haven't
Don't listen to
listened
us.
Steve. You don't listen to me. How
For
dare
your
you?
family's sake.
Well, it was only the fan bringing air in, but it does help to evacuate some smoke as
Holy
well.
shit! This is a profound experience, Steve. You know what? I'm an ignorant man, and I'll admit that to you as well, Baze. This is truly an experience without those fans on. I am fucking amazing. I'm turning down my sound, actually.
I have suggested before.
we found Zen. Well,
You need to dim it.
We found it and I didn't like it. It was too quiet.
Yeah, it feels awkward right now.
He likes it.
Let's don't score.
I'm actually smoking inside the house. It's like I'm so fucking overwhelmed.
But you're outside. I can see it.
No.
He's actually floating in midair.
Yeah. Here's Alan.
See if Lee wants to join in here.
Oh, it's funny
Yeah.
because he
Give it
was
to
walking
Lee.
around the back set and he looked like Biden, just stumbling around.
Oh, can we talk about the latest Biden gap? I shouldn't say latest.
I'm gonna smoke outside. I'll be
The
back.
latest last time?
It was just a shorty on a Biden gaffe. He was being interviewed with I forget by who. You know,
A
the
rat.
interviews are basically just jokes.
Yeah.
But he said that he wanted to say that Putin was losing the war in Ukraine, but he
A
said
rat.
Putin is losing the war in Iraq.
Yep.
You're right.
No one
yeah,
could-
I
no
saw
one could-
And
Can't wait for another 4 more years of that.
Goona tweeted about that.
Why do you believe in this guy? He should be retired.
No.
He's
Should be in
got
prison.
dementia
It's
or
insane
something.
that he's continuing to.
I
Well,
mean,
run.
we have a shit government.
Okay, who on the panel voted for him?
Well, at least we don't have
Who on the panel voted for
gyrate
Biden?
fucking retard.
McGran
I
did.
voted for Trump.
Okay.
No one
who
else will
we
admit
talking
that, though.
here, then?
I voted for the Green Party
Independent.
candidate, the
Yeah.
guy who said, "What is Aleppo?" No,
Oh,
I think
know the guy. I remember that. I
Gary
remember
Johnson,
that one.
maybe.
Gary Johnson.
Is that
Yeah,
the guy with
He
the-
was the
Yeah.
Libertarian Party candidate.
Yeah.
Okay, so last dance, how did you vote then?
I don't have to tell you that.
You're not last
What was your
dance.
question, based?
Who you voted for?
I said who voted,
I voted-
for Biden?
I voted for Trump,
Oh.
Ooh.
but I regret it.
I thought you
Oh,
might.
you regret it now, seeing what's going on?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I wouldn't have voted for Biden, but I shouldn't have voted. I shouldn't have voted for.
in case
anyone
you guys
from-
didn't know, Smokesteve's
maybe
wife
Gary
voted
Johnson.
for Biden.
Oh, really? What a surprise!
Anyone voting? Anyone voting for RFK?
No, not right now.
Not me.
So this is
No,
Yeah,
CNN.
not right now is the best.
Not
way.
right now.
This is CNN. Probably this was live, so they didn't. They acted like nothing happened. Like whoopsie.
Yeah, I mean they're.
It's hard to tell, but he's clearly losing the war in Iraq. He's losing the war at home. And he is become a bit of a fly around the world. But
And-
he's clearly losing the war in Iraq. He's
And
losing
Biden's
the war at
losing the
home.
war against
Clearly
dementia.
losing the war in Iraq. He's losing the war at home.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad, dude.
Yeah, fuck
The
Bin
thing is,
Laden.
lads, it's daily. I
Joe
see a
Biden
YouTube
is
channel,
taking Bin
and it's
Laden
daily.
now.
Yeah.
They print all his daily gaffes, and it's daily. These gaffes I thought they were bullshitting. No, these are daily gaffes. He
I
can't
thought-
pronounce words. That's
I
the
thought
little
W.
word.
Bush was bad, but this guy takes the cake.
Dude, you're all fucking retards.
Honestly,
All of
I don't really care about the gaffes. What I do care about is that he's
Yeah, but
not.
it's a sign of
He's
dementia.
he's not really the president. It's really.
Obama.
It's the DNC. I'm beginning to think it is Obama. I mean,
It is Obama, man.
it's not like he runs the presidency on a day-to-day basis. He's basically
You know he's
a
meeting
figurehead.
Obama regularly. You know he's meeting Obama regular, yeah.
Well, yeah,
I know
so
he
Well-
met him this week again.
Well,
I would have said it's
I hope
it's
so.
the
Weird
DNC
how-
that's
I
running the
hope he
country.
seeks
It's
advice
weird
from a
how
former
you
president.
felt more like it was Trump tweeting and stuff, and you think, well, he's actually a guy who's actually communicating with people.
Yeah.
But
And
granted, Tim, you got to realize
I'm
he
just
is losing
saying,
the war in
I'm
Iraq.
just saying.
All right,
I feel the
here.
same way about the Democrats. So
Here we
Corn
go.
Pop was a bad boy, man.
Wow, he
Bad
met with
boy,
the
yeah,
Indian
Corn
guy.
Pop was.
Corn pop, and he.
Oh, look at that smug little cunt right
Modi?
now. Oh,
Yeah,
All right. Well, I mean, we have a fairly.
his mug face right now.
dude, India is big time. They got a lot of people and a lot of power. There's a major
Yeah,
resource.
I mean,
there.
this is
lot of
some
people.
big international things going on here, right? So let's hear what our the head man in charge has to say.
India is the most populous country in the world. So
Exactly.
So cue it. Biden, you're on.
I was just thinking, anyway, I started off without you,
Oh my god.
and I sold a lot of state secrets and a lot of very
I
important
sold
things
a lot of
that
state
shit.
secrets. Did he say that?
And I sold a lot of state secrets and a lot
Wow.
of very important things that shared.
There we go.
Oh my god.
That's a fraud. That's a
perfect.
I don't know what,
fraudulent
what the hell was that.
It's
I don't know if
timely.
that's the gaff or
I
the
think,
truth.
I think he said he
No,
sold
it's-
a lot of
it's
state
timely.
secrets.
It's a timely joke.
All right.
It's a horrible joke. It's as bad as those guys saying we're coming for your kids. If that was a joke, what the fuck is he thinking, dude?
Wait. What's the joke?
Dude, when,
I don't get
when
the
was
joke.
that
I don't
reported?
get the joke. He just says it. There's no punchline. He just says
Whoa,
it.
whoa. McGroundy, you don't know about this, but you're saying it's a joke, but you're asking
No.
when was this taken?
Yes.
Well, McGrandy,
Yeah,
let,
right.
So he
explain
doesn't
the
know
joke.
nothing.
So
He's
tell
just
me when
defending-
was
he's
it
defending
taken?
the line.
Just recently, there was a big visit to India, and it was the guy from India came here.
Narendra Modi.
That was Modi. That was Modi. He's an Indian. When did he come here?
June
Last
27th.
week.
June
Last week.
27th.
Seven. All right. So that's like fucking 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's,
So
it
here's
wasn't a
here's
joke.
the byline. He's feeding into the popular fucking thing about the comments that were made against him before. He was selling secrets.
I don't remember
No, it's on
those
his
comments.
brain. He just says it because he's got dementia.
Oh, it was.
Well-
I mean, comments were made about Hunter maybe trying to sell access.
Yeah.
But I don't know that anybody said Joe sold
This
secrets.
is the guy in the grips of dementia and old age, and because he's been accused of all that, for some fucking God knows reason, he says it out loud. It's quite a
Well,
fraudulent slip. isn't it?
that's the good thing about Joe. He's going to say it out loud all the time.
Oh yeah.
Let's look at some of the responses. He will say, "It's a joke, man." He's not joking when he's actually doing it. Don't cover for him. Yeah,
Wow,
I mean,
that's interesting. That was my response. That was the
Yeah, I
first
know,
time
I can
I ever
imagine.
saw that. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting.
Because I
Yes.
charged it.
It's interesting. Whatever comes in front of your face, you'll just say, "Well, what can I say? He was joking."
You know
What
what?
else can you say?
Well, I can say a lot, Base, but I'm not going to say it
Yeah,
now.
but
because-
it's not that. That's not even logical because there's no punchline to it. But you give me another reason that why you would say that rather than it's a joke. Because I can't think of another
Well,
reason. Why would you say that?
you know what, Base? I think you're a great oil driller, but you drill your holes all the time in the wrong
No,
place.
man. I'm spot on, mate. I'm not missing. Give me
That
another
is-
No,
option.
I'm just saying, when with me, you're
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
drilling in
I'm
the
spot on.
wrong place, buddy.
that is a strange way of comparing him to an oil rig.
I'm just saying.
What the fuck?
It's well, a more
That's a good way of putting it, English bottle cap. That's a good way of putting it. He's a joke, but he ain't funny. That's correct. I think that is accurate for Joe Biden.
Yep.
And when he tries to tell a joke, he looks like he has dementia. So we can't tell if he's trying to be funny or if he's fucking losing it, dude.
Exactly, Steve.
Or he's telling the
Exactly.
truth.
oh come
There was
on, man.
at one point he was like, I can't remember where I was last week. And then this little kid goes, Ireland! And he goes, oh yeah, I was in Ireland. And then he says in this like little like grandpa voice, he's like, how'd you know that? Like, what the fuck, dude? To the little kid. That really happened. It was, yeah.
You know what, Steve? It's
And
a
then
sad
he
thing.
said his hair stand on end.
It's a
When
sad
he touches
thing
the water.
that
Yeah, corn pop.
we are
Ooh.
faced with.
Can we? I've got a corn pop video for you, and it's animation. It's hilarious. Oh, God.
That whole thing, when
That's
people
so
brought that up,
I know. I'm
little
freaking
kids
out
would
now.
Corn puff.
little kids would touch his leg underwater because it had fuzzy hair on it, and
They were black
what the
kids, so he's very diverse.
Jesus, take it easy, buddy.
What? That's what he said.
I know. I don't know. You can't say colors anymore, man. They were just
What?
kids.
Well, no, that's what he was talking about.
I know. Okay, so the bottom one here in the back chat, Welsh.
I don't know what is it. I
No,
don't
that's
know what
from
that
like an hour
Plus
ago.
Gus.
Oh, okay. What am I looking
Have a
for?
look.
Uh,
I don't know.
I just put a couple
What
of
are
things
you
in the
looking
back chat.
I don't know.
8:44
I'm
p.m.
trying to try and
Wow.
find this cartoon now. I'm looking for it.
This is like a truck driver getting pulled over in France. So
Oh yeah, that's nasty.
Will you show the one I posted about the zoo animals out?
Yeah, that's funny.
horrible.
Yeah, put zoo on. Just put zoo France, man. You'll get a
Did they recapture them?
Kamala.
I don't know. I'm limited on Twitter to find out.
you already looked at 600 today?
I don't know. I got a lot of porn stuff, and then it hits the political stuff. No, right now, NBA.
I
they're
sent
taking
out
up most of the
6,000 messages today, so Topple exceeded his limit.
Oh, that's not it.
Nice.
Well,
that-
that's always funny to see again. So
That was a diamond cutting blade
Fucking.
cutting down a fucking lamppost.
All right.
wait,
How
who did we
many-
lose? We lost Welshie.
I think he jumped off.
Avita saying,
Uh,
I am
He'll
so
be back.
ever very sorry to see you go.
That reminds me, we haven't had Anna in a while.
I know.
yeah, no, she actually commented on the last YouTube video that I made, the last pub. She actually had a proper comment underneath and said she was going to join back in.
Maybe,
You can,
maybe
is that him? I heard a boop.
It's him.
Last dance. Last dance. Do you get the boop?
Yep.
I'm back on a grande for you.
All right.
Good dog.
With the
Moment
nigga
see.
to him.
On the hole.
Oh yeah, you always say that, man. I don't know what the hell that means. All right, here we go.
Hand to hoe means hands up.
All right, all right.
Hand.
Here we go.
Right.
Fucking too many emojis. Bad emoji video, but we can see the
That
zebra.
is zebra.
God damn, what's he got? A potato? What is that? Is it an elephant?
I think it's a horse.
The zebra.
Or that's a lion.
How can you tell? It's a blur.
It's a lion.
You might be right because the way it's moving.
Yeah.
That's the. Oh, that does look like it could be a tiger or a lion.
What?
Why would you overlay your video with stupid emojis so that nobody could see anything?
It's kids. And at the end, they show an elephant.
They're like, lol,
I've got the corn pop animation in the back if you want
That's
it.
Kamala Harris is -7, somehow -17.
How can he be minus?
I forget what it is, how they're rating. It's a different rating, but it's.
What's this, a Fox poll?
No, it is not. But whatever it
It's
is,
not.
it's the lowest polling a vice president has ever had.
Can you believe that shit anyway?
The fucking
Kamala
savior.
Harris.
I would say that all of it should be
Crazy,
taken
man.
with a little
I'm
Yes.
large
available.
grain of salt.
She could be the president.
She could be.
She could.
She's next in line.
I will say I don't recall a vice president that I've had a ton of confidence ever in my life.
Gerald
She's
Ford.
incompetent. She
Gerald
really
Ford.
is that bad.
Al Gore.
Gerald Ford.
No and no.
Well, Gerald
He
Ford
invented
never
the
wanted
internet.
to be president. And guess
She
what?
can't give a speech. She's supposed to be a lawyer. She can't even give a speech.
Well, I answered his
Invented the
question there,
internet.
Paige.
I understand it's stressful, but when you're a lawyer, right, you're in those situations where you've got to hold your own, yeah? And you've got to make a point and prove a point. She talks, and she talks like fuck. She's talking like to 3-year-olds, and she sounds autistic, talking to 3-year-olds. She doesn't make sense.
Do you ever pay attention to vice presidents, though? Have you ever really paid attention?
Yeah, but
I
No,
always
but-
have.
We've rarely had a president that's so fragile.
I like George Bush's first guy who said, I can't go to Latin America because I can't speak Latin.
Was that Dan Quayle?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy that shot somebody in the face.
Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney's a completely different animal, man. He was like a guy who was willing. He ran the whole country, by the way.
Anyone ever see the movie?
Yeah, I saw the movie. It was good.
The Dick Cheney, wasn't it about him, or
Yep.
was it about W? It was W.
No, it was about Dick Cheney. He was a drunk from Texas. His wife saved him. It was the greatest fucking movie. It was.
That sounds like Bush.
Well,
Could be
You know
either
what?
one, is what you're saying.
you know what? I like George Bush because I think I could get drunk with him. But
What are you doing? What the hell kind of smoke was that, Topple?
What? It was fake.
Is it,
He's
what
vaping,
people
man.
smoking? So I think you can get on with George Bush.
so,
Okay. Vape star.
You're right. I apologize there, Base. So I'll plow ahead. I'll try and be
What a
brief.
horrible human
But
being.
George Bush's wife was like an angel. I love her. She's a school teacher.
Oh,
But he
first
was
one.
like the most dumbass, manipulated fucker. Dick Cheney was an ex-drunk who was a fucking mastermind, fucking devious bitch. But his daughter ended up having some fucking morals. I think he sent her to some liberal schools. Other than that,
Morals
You
and
mean
liberals.
all schools?
anyway, that was my
Anyway.
take on those two guys. But in all fairness, George Bush's wife was a sweetheart.
George W. Jr. there was, I don't know.
He was a
He-
dumbass
Jill
out there on his
Biden,
own.
Jill
It's like-
Biden, I would.
It's like the
Must be a
movie
gem.
with the guys at
Whatever it is.
Guantanamo
He's
landing
the
in
second
his
worst
house. That's
president
exactly
since my
what he
time.
is.
He's
Dude.
what?
He's the
What did you
second
say,
worst-
Clarence Thomas?
He's the second worst president in my lifetime.
Who's the
Yeah.
worst?
Biden right now. There's nothing. He has. I'm just being honest. And I'm
Who's the best? Obama? There ain't too many more. Slick Willie.
He caused all this race shit.
And then what do you have?
He did-
You got
he did
George
not
Senior.
He did not cause all this race shit.
He did cause all this race
No,
shit.
he
kept
didn't.
He kept on calling out race shit, and he's been voted in twice.
It's either Trump or Biden, or not Biden, Obama.
Hey, dude, Obama rocked. Look, America America and the world could not deal with a guy who was a black man who was so fucking
I don't care about the
sensible
color of his
and
skin.
so
either.
so reasonable
Nobody
and so
cares
much
about
in
that.
touch with what was going on, and he also.
I care how many drone strikes he did, and then he won the Nobel Peace
Hell
Prize.
yeah,
and
That
exactly.
is
that's what I
my
wanna know.
problem with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm stuck in the same.
I mean, it just shows how backward the world is when it's a complete oxymoron and what the fuck went on there.
Base,
And yet he
base.
went to the
That-
Peace
what-
Prize,
what-
and
what
everyone
went
sees
on
him.
there
All the
was-
normies see him as a saviour, but in reality, he bombs more people than any other president. It's crazy.
I don't know. Abraham Lincoln. He was. I mean,
Abraham.
He got shot. He got shot.
Woodrow
Wilson?
Wilson. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Tried
He
to keep
got
us out
shot,
of World War
and he
One.
carried on speeching.
Didn't
Fucking
work.
mad. Loved it.
George Washington.
Nah. Fuck that.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was the last good president.
Woodrow is the boy.
You ever see
How about-
Dazed and Confused when they're talking about George Washington?
No, it's on my list of movies to see.
So what
How
do you
about
think
Teddy
about what do you
Just
think about
wrap up that blunt.
How about Teddy Roosevelt?
So what do you think
Bully,
about
bully,
Michael
bully.
Obama and Gavin Newsom as the Democrat candidate?
Huh?
What do you think about Michael Obama and
Oh, I thought you said-
Gavin Newsom as the Democrat?
Oh, Michelle Obama. Okay.
Michelle.
Oh shit! You're a
Michelle
brutal
Obama.
fucking
It's
person.
like Will
I don't want to dead name him.
Son Jaden
What the hell is that?
having like some sort of political view.
So do you think that's serious? Michelle Obama and Gavin Newsom?
No.
Seriously?
Gavin Newsom needs to go.
Have you guys seen this picture?
I
No,
like
I don't-
Gavin Newsom. He's got nice hair,
Is that?
and
is
he's
that
very
Michelle
smart.
and-
You that.
Who,
He's got great hair,
What's that
man.
about?
Supposedly, there's a theory online that that's actually Obama in the devil costume.
Oh, with Sir Mix-a-Lot.
You could sort of see that in the eyes, can't you?
And the folds in his cheeks from the smile, like
So what's the
the,
point?
Oh yeah. I
He's
could-
a
the
devil?
wrinkles are definitely the same.
it's just one of the many conspiracies that you'll find like around him.
You know what?
What is that? I don't know the character that he's dressed up as.
I don't know either. It's just some wormhole I went down the other night, and I was like,
Okay.
holy shit. Like, people think this was him. Along with, there's another one like we've gone over with Based before here, this guy who they say was his Michael or whatever. Right? So this is on that level, but I think, call me crazy, that does look like Obama the more you look at it. Look at the hairline. It's
It looks like him. It could
It-
be.
You're a conspiracy
Wait.
theorist.
it's sneaking down. It's sneaking down the hairline.
Why am I listening to this
It just,
conspiracy
it doesn't look like,
I see it now.
it doesn't look like something he'd be dressing up as. No.
No, it doesn't.
That is as conclusive as the person.
Well, I've got to say, I'm very disappointed in Steve's conspiracy theory.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, as if the world could be run by a group of elites. I mean, that could never be possible. Could
I
it?
mean, God, what have we come down to?
as it goes, I took that now that I've learned how to use things through the years and years. You screenshot it, then you go to Google Lens or whatever image search you're going to use and put that in. And of course, the first 10 answers that came up said Barack Obama. And I think that it's funny how the internet works, because a lot of that information is just from people saying that's who it is.
Exactly.
Because I don't think
It's a bit of an echo chamber.
Yeah,
You know what? If you ever want to buy a product on the internet, and you're going, you want to buy a specific product, you go to Best Buy, and you fucking go there, and you check it every fucking day, see if the price drops. Guess what happens? In about fucking 4 weeks, that price will drop, and you're going to be able to buy it. All of a sudden, you won't be seeing the price anymore. You'll say, check it out.
Wait
And
3
you'll
years
go
later.
there. It's the algorithm.
It'll be free.
Fuck the algorithm. Wow.
As a famous woman once said from the Deep South, from the internet in the old days, ain't nobody got time for that. Come on. Going back to the fucking store every week, bro?
Yeah.
Come on.
Dude, it's on the internet. It's not like you're getting in your car and driving in the fucking heat.
Oh, you're saying go to bestbuy.com. I see.
Yeah, but the prices they're not the same at the store.
Yeah.
So if Michelle Obama and
It's
Gavin
ghost
got it,
inventory.
who would be the Democratic candidates then for the Democrats?
Who says they're going? They're not going for an election.
You know what?
Well, no, an election's coming.
Here's what's going to happen, Dave.
I
The
said
Republicans are going to take over,
agree,
and we're going to let them fuck up the country. And in about 20 years,
if it's not
I'll
them
be
two?
back. I'll be
That's what I'm
80 years
asking.
old, and I'll be like fucking U.S. representative or something.
Nick Grande, do you think Biden's administration has fucked up this country?
Dude,
you don't
we
think?
are fucking above water. We are fucking maintaining. We're building bridges. We're doing what we can. We're fucking pouring money into infrastructure. We're making sure fucking kids aren't fucking getting they're still getting their free lunches. And that's
Jesus
what we're doing.
Christ!
It's just a troll of shit, isn't it? It's just like flat out just.
You okay, Smokesteve?
I think he
You just
fell into
blew
the
your
fan.
camera over.
Holy shit, dude!
Is there
I
Bud
s-
Light all over the place now?
Yeah, I started to laugh and I inhaled beer when he said that. And I literally choked and spit it all over the fucking place, dude.
Awesome.
That was like a straight sitcom, but it was real. That wasn't a joke. Holy
Yeah, the
shit.
thing is, a bit like Joe Biden, he didn't realise he was telling a joke.
You
Yeah.
really feel that way, McGrande. No, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying you really do feel that way.
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
wow.
we're good now.
Now I have even more power, so. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn, guys.
Wow. Okay.
That was the funniest joke I've heard tonight, thank you.
Well, that's how he feels, though, so.
I know, that's
just-
why it's so funny.
No, I mean, yeah,
Someone's
we
gotta
have
be
we
a
have
killer.
we
We're-
have
we're a
huge
rough
issues
time.
here. We have huge issues, bro.
Yeah, we do have huge issues, and some of them are we don't have any talent out there. You know what?
I've come up with something here, and I know it's going to be controversial. Maybe not amongst you guys, but
All right,
this is it.
I've already got my rotten fruit ready.
The green
This is it.
chick, the green chick from Georgia is out of the question. Okay.
This is it. This is my final take on this subject, and we've gone over it ad nauseum. We need to dial back on funding Ukraine majorly.
Wow.
That was reasonable.
He's awake.
Come on.
Let's keep this
We got Russia on
going.
the balls of their ass.
How much have you given now, America? It must be into
Can't
like
give up now.
crazy now.
This is a
Trillions?
CIA fucking treasure
No.
trove.
No,
Are
we
you
got to
kidding
give
me?
money to the
You know how much
Iraq now.
information we're pulling out of
Wind
this
it in a
shit
minute.
from
Let
fucking
him.
this war?
Let top
No,
this
we're
up.
giving money to
This is
Iraq
about America
now.
first, Steve.
I have decided that I don't believe that the excuse of Putin, if he takes over Ukraine, will go after this and that and the other thing, and we're defending the
No.
world and sovereignty. It's all bullshit. It's a
Correct.
fucking lie, dude.
It is.
Wow.
Just finding this out now.
It's a fucking lie, McGrandy, and you're the one who was propagating it, bro, and it's a fucking lie.
Steve, I love your character, the major provocateur. I love that because I accept it.
Bombs
I
flying.
accept it wholeheartedly. Steve, my good friend, you are wrong.
No way, dude.
Cup of tea.
I'm telling you. Dude, at the cost of hundreds of billions, just throwing them over, just fucking go.
Yep.
Where's my camera?
Well, let me
The thing is,
Same-
let me ask you, Grant. How do you think it's going to
If
end?
we would have invaded Iraq and given,
yeah.
if
Yeah,
we would have
McGrande, how do you
invaded
think it's going to
Iraq
end?
and
How do you think it's going to end, McGrande? Let's get you
bombarded
pills
the
of
whole
wisdom.
fucking Iraqi army, it would have been much cheaper than what
We're not
we're
about
dealing
Iraq,
with
we're
now.
about Ukraine. Don't do a Joe Biden on us.
Go, come on, man. You know what? I got some
He's got nothing,
sunglasses.
he's got
in my
nothing
bag. I'm
decent
going
to
to get
say.
them out
But
of my
Steve,
car.
let me jump in if you've got anything decent to say. Steve's spot on. At the end of the day, Steve's talking about money, which he's correct to talk about. But I'm talking about, obviously, the deaths included. And we're not lying when we're talking 100, maybe even 200,000 on each side have perished in those basically World War One trench style
Yeah.
thing, because
Yeah.
they're making no legs. And by the way, just to correct Steve, Russia's
Yeah.
not going to take over
And
Ukraine.
and who started that base?
They're going to take
No, no,
over.
it's only
They're
two.
going to take over the areas.
Who
that
was
they-
responsible for that base?
Yeah, I know that. It's basically Donetsk and Lugansk, I think, are the
Yeah,
places.
But who
And
was
Crimea.
responsible for the loss of
Yeah,
life
but-
here? Who is firing missiles at civilian targets?
People.
everybody
Obviously, everyone
No,
who
not
supports it,
everybody.
including yourself.
Not everybody.
Well, you support it. You just wanted to throw
Hey,
money at
Mr.
the
No,
glass.
I'm talking about standing against aggression. Based, you cannot take this fucking. I don't know what's going on with the right wing.
You're the,
Steve,
okay.
just the narrative, Steve.
What,
Just the
what's
narrative.
happened
He's
with
just
the
locked
right
in.
wing and their anti-communist, fucking anti-Russia fucking stance?
Those
I
are
don't
two
understand.
different things.
No, I don't understand what happened to you people. You want us to fucking build
We're waking
submarines to fucking go against their submarines. You want us to build a fucking navy that can fucking
Mate,
shoot
you want
down their
you want to
fucking
stick men on the
aircraft.
you want to
That's
stick
But
men
you
on
don't
the
want to
floor.
fucking support
You want to
them
stick
for
men on the
fucking
floor. You're an
10
idiot.
cents
You want
on
to
the
stick men on the floor.
dollar.
You've said it before.
10 cents on the dollar.
Yo,
You
back
learn
in
so much.
back in 2014, there was a power shift in the Ukraine that I think was partially pushed and facilitated by the United
West.
States of America.
Yeah, it was.
And it's an it went from a connected Russian or pro-Russian, not necessarily, but at least there were Russian-tied
pro-Russian.
government
That was a
to
pro-Russian.
now it became an anti-Russian government, and obviously that was brought on by us. Now you can say that part of it doesn't have anything to do with Putin invading, but in reality it does.
Yeah, Steve. If you look at U.S. air bases, U.S. bases around the world, and you put it up on the map and put images up, I found out the other day it's 700. They got 700 bases throughout the world, and basically Russia is completely surrounded. Right? Apart from the north section, which is Antarctic.
God. And why do you think that is?
Well, because you're surrounding Russia. You've done it for the last fucking 70 years,
And
80 years.
May I ask you who continues to invade
America.
United States airspace in Alaska with their bombers and their fighters? How many times does that happen on a daily basis?
As the West, including
We're
America,
talking about provocation
started in the last
fucking
20, 30
different kind of
years.
politics.
Yeah,
The reality is,
you're an idiot.
No,
I'm an idiot.
I'll give McGrandy a little bit of agreement here in that Russia is a fucking dick.
Yes.
A giant dickhead. I mean, it'd be great if we all were just fucking cool with each other. But unfortunately, because of geopolitical fucking tension that's always existed for fucking ever, we aren't. I mean, yeah, I do think we're all fucking people, and I think we could all get together and have a fucking drink or have a laugh as human beings.
Yep.
And I don't think we would be conflicted, but this overlying conflict that occurs is you can't stop it.
McGran, what you're suggesting is a moral catastrophe. You're suggesting that we use Ukraine to bleed Russia slowly over the years, and with lives and defense, as they consume their defense consumables, and we slowly bleed them by using Ukrainian lives to do it and kill Russians.
You know
Correct.
what?
Proxy war. It's a proxy war.
I'm not going to deny that, but you're absolutely correct.
Well, I think that's terrible.
Well,
Especially when the end game will be this, and when it's all over, Russia will have Crimea. That'll be the deal. I don't know when. It could happen today. It could happen in 10 years, but in the end, Russia will get Crimea,
You
and
know
they
what?
may very well get Luhansk and Donetsk as well.
Last dance, I'm going to make your bet. And I don't know how to bet because we can't bet, but I will bet you.
You can bet.
I'm not going to bet, but I'm going to. My opinion is that they will lose Crimea.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so far, it's Russia against, I think it's 54 countries. It's not against Ukraine. It's basically being backed by 54 countries.
So what's wrong with that?
Well,
Let me ask you this.
I don't
Just put into
understand
context.
it.
Just
You
put into
understand
context.
your history.
I keep
You
on saying
understand
this.
tyrants.
There isn't
Nazis.
many Ukrainians left
There
to
we go.
fight. A lot of them are dead. they're struggling from men.
Nice.
And I know the Russians can offload loads of men. They don't care about the deaths. They can
Exactly.
replace them. They can replace them, but the Ukrainians can't replace their men.
Well, Base, I've said this many times. I agree with you on that. Russia
It's going to be inevitable. This problem's going to be inevitable. You want to put people on the ground.
I don't want to put people on the ground at all. I don't want any Americans to shed their blood unless they volunteer.
Well, we're Polish.
No fucking way.
Not our war.
I will feel very upset and disillusioned with my government if one fucking guy goes over there under the United States badge.
You never know. With continual escalation, you never know where it's going to go.
Exactly.
It always starts out with advisors. That's how it always starts out.
Yeah.
Non-combatants, but they're there in country.
But Last Dance, we know we got guys down there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's very risky.
We got CIA definitely. There's CIA
If I had a niece or nephew slated to go over there to fight in that war, I would advise them to refuse and take a court-martial and stay alive, because it's a fucking meat grinder, dude, and we should not be involved. No fucking way, dude.
We're not involved, Steve.
No, but I mean, if it came to that.
Mate, they're using your tanks. They're using all your planes now, because all their planes are fucking.
Yeah, but I'm talking human beings.
I know, but
you know what? It's all the question. Well, I mean, here it is. I can understand why, but I don't understand why it's the major
this is
topic
what I also see
of the Republican or the right wing.
Very likely
I don't
what Cup of Tea is
understand.
saying.
You guys are supposed to be out there fucking wanting to fucking kill Russians.
I don't want war.
All
I
the
want
Russians,
peace.
all the fucking McCarthy guys.
I want peace.
All the McCarthyists. You're all.
There are no more
right-wing
communists.
dog. And you don't
McGran,
want us to
that's
support somebody else. Who's
those guys
fighting
were
a war to
anti-communists.
Kill Russians. They're killing Russians who are invading another country.
It's not about. It was never about killing Russians. It was about communists.
It's about Russians invading another country.
Yeah, but you talk.
That's
talk.
simple.
You talk. They're European men, and you talk like the one's the devil, and the other one's the angel. Only one commits war crimes, not the other.
We have people who are fucking stealing toilet from conquered villages
to one side.
and
Now, I
sending them
understand
home.
what you mean in a little way. But you got to understand, when you're a soldier, you're just a little
you know
cog.
what, my
You don't
friend?
know what's going on. You're just
my
like the guy on the other side.
What if they were looting your fucking town? What if they were looting your city? What if they were shelling your grandmother's house or her condo? What would you do?
You would fight back, of course.
You would fight back, but the way
That's not what we're talking
the way you talk about the one side, they're like the devil reincarnated, and they're just like the other soldiers on the other side.
Well, I will accept that
They're not the
characterization because I think you're correct. It is the typical fucking Russian rule of war. Nobody noticed in Syria. They did the same thing in Syria. They destroyed cities that nobody even knows what they were.
What's going on?
They did the same
how could
thing,
you
and
be
they're
so
doing the same
angry at
thing in the
Russia?
Ukraine, and that's
We
the way they
did the same
carry
thing
out
all over
war.
the world too.
And guess what? It
Last dance.
backfired.
Can you speak up?
It backfired. And
You're
guess
speaking
what?
good there straight away.
The unexpected underdog are the Ukrainians. And guess what? Americans like winners. And we like people who kill Russians.
Okay, so back in March of last year, right? Zelensky and Putin had set up a peace plan. Okay, it was all on paper, and Putin's produced this, right? And at the 11th hour, Boris flew out to what they call now Kievs, or whatever they want to call it today, right? But either way, he flew out and he got Zelensky not to sign the deal. And they said, "Oh, we're gonna support you and make sure you're all cool." So back in April and March of last year, this could have been all finished. This could have all been finished, and there would have been at least 100,000 people on both sides.
Boris has been gone a long time, man.
This happened a while ago.
I said that.
He said last
I said March
year.
and April of last year.
Yeah.
So, but when did Boris come out of power?
Last year. last year, not 6 months ago, last year. So when this first started, within a month after it started, they had said, because it happened on the 26th of February, yeah? So from the 26th of February to March to April time, they had set up a peace plan. Zelensky, secretly, and Putin, okay? And if you check on the internet, it's there. You can see it. As you just want. And Boris flew out and stopped it. And if you actually put down peace talks, Boris Zelensky, it'll come up as well. I'm telling you.
But wait, Boris is a conservative, right?
Yeah. So Boris stopped them from coming to a peace.
All right, you hear that there, Clarence? Boris, Boris, the guy with the crazy hair. He's a conservative. They compared him to Trump quite a bit.
What's your point, McGrand?
Yeah.
My point is, this is nonsense.
Well, wait there. When you actually use the internet and find out if I'm talking nonsense, because I can get you receipts straight away.
Because it's on the internet. Wow, that's another. I have
now. Christ. Honest to God, sometimes.
Wait, excuse me there,
baseball. Let me tell you a story, McGrand.
I'm sorry?
I want to tell you a scenario, and I want to hear what you think of it.
Go ahead.
Suppose in 3 years, let's say, the Russians and the Ukrainians come to a peace agreement where Russia ends up, in some way or another, having a controlling say in Crimea, Luhansk, and Donetsk. Wouldn't it have been, and let's suppose 3 million people on each side are killed by that time. Wouldn't it have been the right thing to do to have reached that agreement today and saved 3 million lives?
A month after the war started rather than 3 years later.
Exactly.
And you got the same result.
So you have to war game this and look ahead like a chess player and see where it's going to end.
So you asked me a question, right?
I did. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. So my response is Russia.
3 million deaths. 3 million deaths. Was it worth it?
You like that? All right. 3 million. I understand that. So
was it worth it?
Yes. To answer the question, if I may.
You 3 million. Think about 3 million people dead, right? And then you're telling me there's no significant difference.
Well, I haven't answered, so I can't tell you anything
from day one. It's embarrassing when you come to a conclusion like that, and you actually straight face say 3 million deaths for the same.
Let him answer.
For the same result. Sorry.
Yes, it's worth it.
What's the big game then? What's the game?
Well,
why would it
the end game is that
BlackRock,
and that requires some explanation, and that is that Russia is deep and wide. It is full of resources, and one of them is men, and they can pull them from their eastern republics, and you're going to have a bunch of Arabs running around in Ukraine, pretty much, and they're going to pull them in. They're going to use them, and they're going to wear down the Ukrainians. There's no doubt about it. But there's one thing that is very similar with America.
You're making my point. So
wait, I know, but something you don't remember, and that is what happened in Korea. The Koreans, you had U.S. Marines that were 100,000 against 3 million, and they fucking kicked their ass. And then what that comes down to is fucking technology. Okay, the more of them that fucking attack us in that valley, the more of them that will die. And that's because of Western technology. In Korea, it was artillery.
That wasn't in the question
it was artillery, aircraft.
Wait there. That's not the question he last time posed.
So
he said,
what I'm saying is all kinds of things are possible.
Then you need to
I haven't finished, Base.
You're talking about Korea and fucking technology.
Because I'm giving you perspective. So my point is yes, it's worth it because.
So 1.5 million deaths on each side. The land agreement is basically what it would have been at the start of the war.
No, I'm not saying it would be that.
You're thinking it's good.
No, I'm not saying that it's going to be the same thing.
Well, that's what he posed. That's the question you posed, wasn't it, last dance?
Yes.
Yeah, because as you've said, they have an infinite supply of men compared to what Ukraine has.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did I say? We have.
You said that our technology will.
We have the infinite ability to kill them.
You are wrong. We do have a technology advantage, but it is not that great over Russia's military.
If you look, and I give you an example, because
You only
this is
gotta go
all
nuclear
untested.
weapons, and it's
If
ground
I
zero,
give you
isn't
an example, and I look at Korea,
That's
and
a
I
bad
cite
example.
those examples. I'm talking about horrendous over, dude, 10 to 1.
I will show you why that's not true. One of our biggest advantages is our great air power. Because Russia's anti-aircraft systems are so good, and because Ukraine's are so good, there is no air power. So that's the advantage that we've used to win war. And then nobody has an air power advantage.
I guarantee you, if you put P-38s and little prop planes flying around, they would fucking make it. They're not going to have the same fucking signature. It's not going to be the same thing. You don't have to
They would be shot down like that would be like a turtle shoot.
Anyway, the beauty of it is I first of all,
turkey shoot.
I apologize, but
3 million deaths.
I think you give too much credit.
Same position on the land, and you think it's worth it. It's really quite sick, because you asked us a few times now, and you think 3 million people dead is fine.
Dude, you didn't care about 3 million immigrants dying in the Mediterranean trying to get here from the fucking Middle East to Europe.
Lucky if you don't get 3 million a year.
Let's get some perspective here.
It's a bit of a fucking nonsense
comparison. No. Come on, you're going to throw the dice. Let's be honest. You didn't care about 3 million Syrians drowning in the friggin' Mediterranean trying to get over.
What are you on about?
I'm talking about realistic, quantitative analysis here. Is it worth it?
Analysis? You just talk shit.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you another hypothetical. Do you think the U.S. and/or NATO would attack Russia if Russia used tactical nuclear weapons against Ukraine?
I don't know.
This is the equation that we're facing.
No, it's not, because Ukraine is Chernobyl, right? Chernobyl's in Ukraine. It's too close to Mother Russia. They're not going to expend fucking nuclear weapons.
I agree. It's very unlikely. I'll grant you that.
Their own breadbasket. That's the reason they want it. They're not going to poison. They want the ports. They're not going to fucking use nukes in Ukraine. Now, will they use them in Lithuania, Poland? Different story.
I think that's a good point, McGrand. But I think you're forgetting that the choice they will face, if you're correct, is that they're about to lose the Ukraine war. Or
one way to go.
Or use nukes. That's the choice they will face.
That's right,
This is not Stalingrad. This is not the fucking invasion of Moscow.
No, but you're saying technology to beat them.
No, this.
Well, you need one nuclear weapon, and it stands at ground zero, isn't it?
Look, there's plenty of precedent for this. The fucking Russians got their ass beat by the Japanese. You know that? In the 1930s, the 1920s. The fucking Japanese fucking beat the fucking shit out of the Russians on the fucking.
Yeah, that's arcane though, dude. You know.
No, I'm talking,
it's a different country now.
I'm talking that they're not invincible. Is what I'm saying.
Well, no, it's the
Americans. Potentially, but you were quoting something from almost 100 years ago.
Yeah, and another thing as well. You're quoting something like.
That's all I'm saying.
100 years ago. Let's go to Afghanistan. Let's go to Afghanistan. This is what happened with Afghanistan. That happened like the other day. Oh yeah, how many years were we over there? And what happened? We run the fuck out of there. We got basically run the fuck out of there in the end. They're still going to bomb the fuck out of there. So how can you bring up Russia?
Dude, we're not talking about
100 years back when we got Afghanistan knocking on our door. Unbelievable.
Come on.
Just clueless.
Haven't you read your Rudyard Kipling? Come on. Afghanistan.
What did you just say? Rudyard Kipling, like the Jungle Book?
Yeah. Well, he wrote a poem, something about if you're if you're caught in the battlefield, take your gun and blow your brains out. Something like that about the previous adventure in Afghanistan.
Rudyard Kipling wrote something like that?
Yeah, he didn't just write children's books. He was a...
The thing is, giving examples like that, McGrandy, when you can't even look back like a year in human history, it's quite embarrassing.
Well, that's the problem. You can't look back a year. You have to look back.
Well, you look back 100 years for Russia then to make your point.
Well, Russia, like I said, I do not underestimate Russia at all. I'm just saying, as a tactical...
James Edgewood coming in here with a correction, McGrand. Read it.
You mean the Kuril Islands? Pretty sure Japan did. They were fighting over the Japanese island. Yeah. There are some islands that are close.
Sorry.
All right. I'm going to have to fucking look for it now.
And welcome, James Edgewood. You are welcome to the pub. We still have 13 people watching.
James Edgewood.
James Edgewood has been here for a while. Sorry I missed you, Jimmy boy. Welcome, Jimmy. All right.
To talk about the human deaths, it is honestly it's horrifying when you think what's actually going on in Europe.
I found something.
We've got the way they're killing each other with drones, with grenades, with attack drones.
Damn right. That's fucking awesome. This
is what I get all the time off certain liberals. Another liberal going, yeah, wicked drones, brilliant.
Yeah, it was the other way too, though.
I'm thinking this is disgusting.
Can I make
How
a
can
comment on the Russian-Japanese thing? The Russian-Japanese thing. Can I make a point?
When you're dropping drones on grenades on people's heads,
stop the drone.
You've got the liberals, the so-called liberals, thinking, yeah, wicked.
All right.
We're trying to say stop droning out.
1904 to 1905, military conflict in which victorious Japanese forced Russians to abandon an expansionist policy in Eastern Europe, thereby becoming the first Asian power in modern times to defeat a European power. Interesting, they mention them as a European power. That was 1904, 1905. So, anyway.
119 years ago.
106 years ago. Yeah, not long.
I'm just saying anything's possible.
Yeah, I know, but you won't look back 1 year though, will you? You're looking 120 years. That's my point. You keep on just not acknowledging it.
Let me make another point, McGrady, if I may.
You may, and do so.
I'm not sympathetic with Russia, but you do have to put yourself in their shoes. And how unreasonable is it that Russia invaded Ukraine? I mean, it's wrong. It's a mistake. But how unreasonable? We invaded Iraq, a country that is, 10,000 miles away, because we thought they were a threat.
Well,
and we've invaded Afghanistan, and we've invaded.
You know what? I absolutely agree with you, last Bush. I absolutely agree with you.
Not war criminals, are they?
These are truly American follies.
They are. All I'm saying is
it's a major folly.
I'm not saying that what Russia did was right.
But it has no basis.
It's not unprecedented, is all I'm saying.
It has, but it's not precedent at all. It has no basis.
I mean, can you imagine somebody invading a sovereign
left
country?
Afghanistan.
Last dance.
We have left and pretty much abandoned Iraq. We are done with that expansionist policy. Okay? What we're doing here is trying to focus on building America. Build America and make us great again.
McGrandy,
what happened there?
McGrandy, right?
But the point is,
they broke the Minsk agreement. They surrounded Russia, right? And if you look at NATO map from 1990s,
you look at NATO map.
I hear you, Steve.
I hear you. I hear you.
Well, if you actually look at it, you'll see how the Americans and NATO surrounded him.
But that was Gorbachev.
All right, cool.
Well, it wasn't Gorbachev. How can it be Gorbachev surrounding Russia? Fuck's sake.
No, that was the agreement that you're referring to.
Yeah, we kept on moving east. We wouldn't go an inch east. Well, since 2014, the Americans have been supplying the Ukrainians with fucking weapons and everything else. Expertise and manpower. So when you say you're not going east and you're supplying,
They've been
Ukrainians
invaded
will
by a
back-
Russian foreign army since 2014.
McGran, I'm
Jesus
not trying to
Christ.
justify Russia's invasion.
I'm not just trying to justify
I'm
them
just
either.
saying
but
you got to put yourself in their shoes if you're going to understand where negotiations can get you to.
There is no negotiating this. This cannot be negotiated. It has to be a military victory. It's like it's General Sherman. It's the
See,
American
this is
Civil
it.
War.
Just wants
There's no
war.
other way to do it.
I'm
There's
afraid that a
other
military
way.
victory
We
is
have
not
to
in.
burn everything
not in the
front
offing.
of us.
See, he wants to burn everything. He just wants to destroy everything.
It has to
I
be
mean, the
done that
reality
way.
is, McGrandy,
No,
give it a break a minute.
It's
Just
even the
give it, no,
even the
McGrandy,
Ukrainians
just give it
understand
30
this.
seconds, yeah?
They have
Just do
allowed
it.
their cities to be fucking completely
Two
destroyed.
minutes, McGran. Give him a chance, buddy.
Yeah, the reality is,
All right.
I was talking about this
I'm done, Steve.
last year when
I'll
this happened on this
listen to
panel, and to be fair, not many
Thank
of you
you for
were
answering
agreeing
my
with my
question,
points.
McGran.
The only person that was Lee. Now, Lee got the NATO map up, which made things look a little bit different, and I think you agreed on that. But I'm glad to see your positions of you're not supporting. You just don't want any part of this anymore. It's getting beyond, and you're not like going how happy as some of the panelist members were, and it's really good to see because it's horrible what's going on. And the deaths and the destruction. Ukraine's destroyed, chaps. Absolutely fucking destroyed.
Who is fucking destroying everything?
Well, certain parts of Ukraine, sorry. Kiev's fine. Kiev's fucking going as normal. But, the
It doesn't matter.
population's been
Let's
split
suppose-
throughout the world
Intercontinental
now.
missiles are being fired upon a sovereign nation.
Yeah, like in Iraq 1
Intercontinental
and Iraq
missiles.
2 and in Libya, yeah, and all that sort of shit, yeah, all that, Syria and everything else. Yemen and stuff, yeah.
Well, we're not talking about that.
Oh,
We're
no,
talking
we're not
about
talking about that.
because nobody cares about the Middle East.
Oh, that's
buddy.
right, no one cares about Obama and his drone strikes, do they? That's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that was convenient.
Well, it is convenient. It's convenient that Putin, right, is a war criminal, and rightly so,
No,
or not.
no.
And yet, Bush, Blair,
No, these are two different
and Obama
subjects.
aren't war criminals.
These are two different subjects. Are you
Oh, of
talking
course they
about
are.
how you carry out a
You're
war?
talking about invading a sovereign country,
or
wasn't
how
it?
you-
Did
you
you
have
say
a
invading a
political
sovereign
opinion.
country? Well, there we go.
Because- Well, I think, Baze, you'll agree that if you were going to carry out a war, you should do it with vigor. Is that not right?
Yeah, but do you agree that we invaded sovereign countries ourselves?
Well,
And do you think
I know
do
the
you think our
United
leaders
States
to be
did.
war criminals
Absolutely.
for that?
Horrible shit. Horrible shit.
Yeah, so what?
But it has no
why-
bearing on what we're talking about in Ukraine.
Well, it is because he's a war criminal because he's invaded a sovereign country, correct? Under his command.
Well, are you asking me if George Bush is a war criminal? And
Yeah.
I have an open book on that one.
Oh, that's fair
Go
enough.
ahead.
Oh,
Go to the
what
work.
about-
Go to the Hague, my friend. And I'm not going to stand in your
So
way.
the book will be bigger for Blair because
but
obviously
we're
he got
not
told a
talking
lie by
about that. We're
Bush.
talking about Ukraine.
What about
We're
Obama
talking
and
about a
his
country
drone
that's been
strikes?
invaded by Russia,
Or Libya.
Great Bear, and more importantly, it's
Libya.
not just Russia. It's Putin, and it's the end of
Honest
his.
to God,
It's
it's
the
crazy
end.
stuff. It's like
You don't
CNN.
understand history. This is Adolf Hitler did the same fucking stupid shit. This is
God,
the
I'm
end
like,
of
no,
his
you are.
regime.
You just fucking.
So,
No,
last
this
dance.
is the end of his regime.
the regime. man.
Last dance.
There you
If some intelligence agents come up with an idea and go to the president and say, "We think that this is a terrorist meeting. We should do a drone strike. We can kill guys who want to kill Americans," and then they go and the president authorizes it or whoever, and then they go and kill all these people. Is it the president's fault or is it the intelligence agency's fault? Oh, look,
All
it's
of the
Sven.
above.
Yeah, and same thing with if you slip.
All of the above, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Even if you slip them a little bit of poison instead of a drone strike, it's the same thing.
So,
And-
should
and
they?
when they miss and kill a family, it's not
Yeah.
it's not a surprise.
Yeah.
It's to be expected.
Last
And
day,
you can't
you're a
claim that
pacifist. You know what? I have to hand it to you. You're a pacifist, and I am too, actually. And
No, you know.
I am,
No,
but I'm
you're
a
not.
realist as well.
No, you're
But
not. No.
no, I
You
hate
took
war.
glee when I was describing dystopian war operations with drones and attack drones. When I said attack drones, you said, God, yeah, hell, whatever. Yeah, wicked, yeah.
Oh yeah. Attack drones. That's a new innovation. That's why I express myself.
Yeah,
that
you,
way.
you, you
It's
seem
an
to
absolute
take you
new-
seem to take glee out
Wait,
of a
no, it's
suicide drone hitting someone.
Dude,
You seem to
you
take
know
glee
what?
out of that. I don't take any
Can-
glee out of that.
Can I tell you one thing?
No, I don't want to finish my point.
This is a
I find it
simple
disgusting.
fucking side thought here. Did you know that
It's always the
break-
liberals.
the
It's always the
breakthroughs
liberals
for-
that are disturbed.
Wait. The breakthroughs for open heart surgery came from surgeons who were in the MASH units in Korea who had to
Yeah,
all of
okay.
a sudden
I get
take,
that, but
take veins
Don't
and
see your
arteries
point.
from legs and put them into the heart muscles to replace destroyed heart muscles.
Okay.
Okay,
what's that got to do with a drone? What's that got to do with a drone
vascular,
drilling into your body and blowing up?
architecture of the heart.
What's that got to do with a drone
Because
drilling
I'm
into your
talking
body
about
and blowing
the
up? It has nothing to do with it.
unfound benefits of warfare.
Well, there ain't no fucking benefits from
Oh
warfare
yeah,
from that.
a lot
You
of
took
trauma
glee.
surgeons
You take
today
glee out of that. Why do you take
come
glee
from
out
war
of that?
zones.
I would
Because
trade any benefits.
I tell you what, Grant, I can be quite a character, but I tell you what, I don't take any glee out of witnessing what I witness on Telegram and shit. I think it's disgusting. It upsets me. I try to look
it
away
should.
when I watch it, but I still got to watch it.
It should.
But it's always the liberals that think it's amazing.
We
find
don't
it
think it's
really
amazing.
sick.
We find it horrible, just like you do.
No,
It's
you don't.
unfortunately a consequence, and it's a consequence of a modern civilization where now we can see that. And unfortunately, we're not there in the trenches with them. Maybe we should taste the mud just like they do.
No, you're
Maybe
just talking
we
shit
change
now.
the way we are. No, I'm not talking shit. I'm talking.
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
I'm not talking shit.
Honestly,
Come
I
on, dude.
honestly,
You
I
walk
think it's-
around Piccadilly, you make the effort.
It's not
You
healthy
smell
for me
the
to
smell.
watch what I'm watching, right? And I don't think it's healthy for any of us to watch what we're watching on Telegram sometimes. But I'm telling you now, not once did I ever think, yeah, brilliant. Any occasion from whatever any side, I think it's just horrific.
Good boy.
Interesting.
Good boy.
Look at Sven getting some love over there.
Good. He's gonna hear me. Good boy. Good boy.
Pass,
Good boy. Come on.
pass
Everybody say
Sven
good
over
boy.
to Mike. To Mike
He looks-
Square.
Everybody say good
He's
boy. Come on.
huge. He's
Everybody
loving
say-
all this love.
Yeah, he loves
Good boy. Good boy. Good
He
boy.
loves Gooner.
Say good boy. Watch him react.
Red Rocket,
There.
Red Rocket.
Red rocket. Good boy.
Aw, that's the
Good boy.
most action that he's got in a while.
You want to go out? You want to go out? Go for a walk? Wait, we gotta do it in English.
Whoa, what is going on? It's
You
not
wanna
that
get
time
out
of
for a
day
walk?
yet. The camera's on, damn it. Stop.
This is not your OnlyFans channel.
He's covered in slobber. That's cute.
Yep.
He's a good dog.
He's a laugh, you know, they're bunches.
Horrible.
What did you do? Did you put peanut butter on something?
Well, he looks good, like he's happy to please you. So he looks like a good dog. Well, I mean, you know, that's what you're essentially trying to train a dog to do, to listen.
Good boy. It's because of me. Come on, you guys gotta say good boy. It's gonna work. Come on.
I've got my perfect little Boston to go on my front handlebars of my e-bike now.
Yeah.
Trigger?
Yeah, so I've had to put a proper frame on the front forks and on the so it works a treat. Look, it really does work really well.
Is he passed out now, or is he hanging out listening?
Yeah, he's chilling under the quilt.
It's a good dog. I like that dog.
You can.
He's pretty cool.
You can.
I'm a lucky boy to have him, to be honest with you, because he is that damn good. Yeah. I'm afraid of some people stealing him. So he's never out my sight because he's just so welcoming. You know what I mean?
Did you get a chip on him, Welshman?
I've got like a not a chip. I've got like I've got a chip, not a GPS. Sorry, I've got a chip, not a GPS.
Right.
Is he vaccinated?
He was when he was a pup, but after doing research during the Kung flu epidemic, I found out they were using pets like they were using humans, like a cash cow. And it turns out that even vets that were giving testimony at the Senate in America, that's what I got. They said dogs really only need to be vaccinated once. And
How about
of course,
for rabies?
They don't have rabies in the UK.
They
Yeah,
don't?
No.
he's not getting vaccinated again. That's
Yeah,
it.
we do have rabies in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
I
got
thought that's why you, I thought you didn't have it. That's why you
No, we don't.
quarantine
We
all
don't
that.
get rabies in the
That's
UK.
why we try and call certain animals, but
Yeah, we don't get rabies in the UK.
yeah, we
What?
do. We do.
No, we
Here
don't.
comes the fight.
I think that's why we got passports. We got the dog passports. We don't
Right,
get rabies.
exactly.
Not with dogs, but with other animals.
Oh, maybe with other animals. I don't
Well,
know.
rabies is good. Rabies is good for any mammal. It's very old.
Right.
In the UK, it's only
Sickness.
found in some bats.
There we are.
You can get rabies if you're bitten or scratched by an affected animal. Yeah, we know that, but only bats in the UK have rabies.
Yeah, but the thing is, rabies in and of itself can transition to any mammal at any time.
Yeah, but I think it's so rare in bats in the UK even. And it doesn't really come to animals because it's just not really there. Like,
So you're not mandatory to give rabies shots to your animal or your
No.
dog, should I say?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, just wait till those bats get out and get loose, then you'll be fucked, just like us.
My girlfriend's dog is quite old. It's like 14, and the vet sent, the reminder. She needs to get these shots.
Oh, be
Needs to get these
careful.
vaccinations. So she went to the vet and said, my dog's very old. It's never out alone. I walk it on a leash out. It doesn't walk very far. It comes back in. And I don't have a lot of money. What does she really need? The vet said, well, you don't need this and you don't need that. There really is a minimal amount that if you ask, they will say, you don't need this other shit.
And to be honest with you, Last Dance, the dog's 14. I mean, the injections could topple it over the edge.
Yeah. God
Yeah, I mean,
bless us.
rabies is
Gotta be
acquired
careful
by
of those
rabies.
vaccines.
I
Anyway,
would
guys,
think, like-
I'm gonna haul ass.
Papa T, thanks.
You
All
guys
right,
stay well.
see you later, McGran.
Good night,
Oh.
McGround.
Great talking to you, McGran. Take care.
It's been amazing.
Clarence, clean up your act, buddy.
What?
Wow.
Wow. I was being very respectful.
Well, yeah, no, clean up your fucking ass.
He was talking to you as the Supreme Court Justice in that
Yes.
case.
Hey, I
Because
did
he
the
doesn't
right
agree
thing.
with.
You roasted
right
him, you
thing.
did. You roasted him, you did, Top.
I didn't roast him. That was you. I stayed out.
Was it?
Yeah. I got my ban on Twitter finally. That's why I'm back.
You're banned? You were
I'm not
banned?
banned. No,
Rate limited.
No.
Rate, yes. I'm limited now.
Limited, yeah.
Oh, everyone is.
Well, even if you pay and get the blue check, your rate limited to 6,000.
No, I would never pay for Twitter.
Yeah, but it's just you scroll past it. Like I run out my my limit on my phone, and I went to like Google and did it on my PC. I was just like, holy shit! And all I was doing is scrolling up for like 2 minutes.
they'll,
and it's like,
I mean, they'll
yep,
be
yep,
tuning it.
That's it. That's your limit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Huh. So on both devices, a desktop and a phone, it was
you're
like
using
it was synced up.
No, not synced up.
But it could be.
It just went really quick because I scrolled past shit. I was just like, nah.
And most of the
But
times it's the same shit.
It counts you as reading it.
Okay.
Yeah, on Facebook.
No, Twitter.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering, like, if I look at them on my phone and then on my laptop, does the laptop remember how many how many
connected, isn't it?
devices? It's all connected, right?
It's all connected,
It's
yeah.
all,
That's what I thought.
It's
But,
all counted
you know,
at the server side, so it
it's
doesn't
not
matter.
just me that's experienced this. It's just like, yeah, I've reached my limit on my phone, went to PC, and then it's fine for a little bit, and it's not just me. It's
Okay.
it's other people saying the exact same thing. Like, yeah, they went on to like Google.
People
Chrome.
have been posting workarounds, you know, and then 4 hours later they say the workaround no longer works.
Oh, yeah, no.
The only
Yeah,
reason I use Twitter mostly for sports, and this really sucks because right now with the NBA they have free agency, and that's taking up the big space. And most of this, it's the same tweets of people copying stuff. So it's like, well, there goes my limit. Seeing the same shit over and over again.
Would you want to pay the $8 a month, Topple?
No, I'm not paying for Twitter. No, fuck that. I'm not really on there that much.
$2 a week.
I mean, I don't oppose it violently. I just would rather not. I mean, I'll try and get away without paying for it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm not one of them dickheads that go on Twitter and go, "Oh, you paid $8 a month."
I know.
I am.
That's my insult towards you. It's like,
I am.
Yeah.
oh, right, the guy paid for something he enjoys. Big fucking regret.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's
to be
not.
fair,
It's
though,
not a
because-
lot of money.
This is shit.
Because
Yeah.
because the blue tick thing with the old journalists before Elon came in, it was awful. So I was on Twitter and you see a journalist with 800 subs, and they got a blue tick, and I'm thinking, how's that fucking possible? How long's their account been going for? Oh,
No,
2014. Since 2014, you've gained that, and you're a journalist. You know, this is like crazy, and
No.
you got people, you got mates. They're on like 10,000, 20,000, and they're not giving blue ticks. 50,000.
You know,
I always loved that there was
Welshman.
like Kajaku journalists going like, they've got like 30,000 subscribers, but when they post a tweet, it's like
Yeah, they get nothing.
3 likes, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I noticed that too.
That's about it. It's like, what?
yeah. That was the only
You-
thing
you're
you
meant to
could
be
look
a,
back
like-
on, wasn't it? Was how much interaction they had. If they had no interaction, you know it was all bullshit, didn't you?
You know, based it was very elitist before. It
Yeah.
wasn't just that you had to be famous. If you knew somebody in the company, like you knew somebody,
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know, it's who you know kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And since everybody in the company, well, like 99% of them were rabid progressives. It was,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
would have
it
to.
was-
I think they would have to put your name forward, or a certain person would have to put your name
Right,
forward.
right.
Where you know and I know, there's very good people on Twitter that are just housewives and stuff,
Right.
but with huge interaction. And why can't they get a blue tick? Because as long as they identify themselves, I suppose, and all that, like what you had to do before. Why can they be given a blue tick? But yeah, it just didn't work like that at all, did it? It was just
I mean-
non-existent.
Ever since Elon's taken over, fucking, I've been more of a cunt and not been banned, and I've had like 5 accounts previous to this that's all got banned for less shit that I've said than what I do now. It's
And I never got banned until Musk took over.
Really? See,
Yeah.
the opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
I took a week, and then eventually I took a day, then 24 hour, or whatever it is, and then a week. And I was surviving for a while, and when Musk took over, he just gave me he just told me to remove it on one of them, which I thought, all right, that's better, because if he wasn't there, I would have lost my account. Because that's what it was, wasn't it? After a week, you lose your account.
Is that how it was?
That's how it was. I believed how it was.
Damn.
Yeah, you get 12, 24, then a week, and after a week you're gone. That's how I believed it. But I think he ground zeroed everyone then and said, "Oh, we're starting afresh." Like,
You did hear that right.
Housewives, yes.
What? What is that? Who's going? What?
I'm gonna fuck off.
All right, Goon.
It was
Thank
good
you
talking
for
to
having
you,
me,
Goon.
Steve.
All right, love you, Goon.
I love you guys. Take care.
Nice.
See you, buddy.
Have a good one.
And I also got to tell you that McGrand is not going to go for much, so you might want to pimp somebody else.
McGrane's gone. We know that much.
Yeah.
I mean, shall we start winding this thing down?
No.
Yeah, I got to leave soon anyway because
I'm
I got
fine.
shit to do.
Anytime you're ready to go.
Can I ask one more for Steve and whoever like? Obviously.
Yes, man. What do you got?
The Nord Stream pipeline. You know, obviously, since the time's gone on from there, is your opinions changed from that? You know, what happened there, maybe, or what is your opinion now, or has it changed?
Yeah, I've never had an opinion. Now my opinion seems to be questioning. Yeah, I'm certainly questioning. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like this deceitful, shady actions taken by governments. In obvious fucking view of people, you know?
You can see the concerns, can't you? Like things like Biden saying he was going to blow it up if they rolled into Ukraine. He did say Ukraine, not Iraq. And at that time. And he's actually said that, obviously. And then when I always say follow the money, where are they getting their gas from now? They're getting their gas from America. Because, and a number of other things, obviously. But
we got gas.
Yeah.
I
has
hear
your
you.
opinion changed last time, or is it roughly the same?
It's changed a little bit, but I mean, what you're talking about is what I consider to be minor evidence. And, you know, the major evidence, nobody is sharing.
Well, Seymour Hersh has done a big expose on it. Which
yeah, but I agree, but I find that hard to believe. Now, it doesn't, you know, I believe that his source told him that. I don't think he made it up. I think he had a source.
Who would have blown it up? Who would have gained by blowing it up?
The problem is that we can't blow up Russian equipment. That's just not something we would do. I would hope not, and I don't think we would.
Okay, so who else would be capable and would?
That's a
because
fair
remember,
question.
it wouldn't be the British unless we were following the US. Yeah, unless the US were involved. Yeah, it wouldn't be like a sole operation.
I agree. I honestly don't know how hard it is.
The Ukrainians
seems pretty hard, though.
Yeah, the Ukrainians haven't got the kit, I would suggest, even if they wanted to. So who are we left with then? There's no one saying the Chinese.
I will say this: blowing something up is a lot easier than building.
Oh yeah. And you know, and blowing something up is much harder than turning the tap off when you've got the tap to turn off. So it doesn't make sense why the Russians would blow up their own pipeline when they were going to use it as a bargaining chip.
It does seem very unlikely. I agree.
Yeah, and I would suggest when you look at all the other options, there's only one really person that would be capable, and who's actually made money from the destruction of the pipeline.
I mean, our government doesn't make money. That's never a motivation. I mean, if they want money, they just raise taxes. That's where the big money is.
Well, go to war, innit? Make money.
But the government doesn't make money by going to war. Because the government doesn't make money, period. It's in debt. You know, $10 trillion at this point. It just loses money. It doesn't make money.
People do make money out of war, though. A lot of people make a lot of money out of war.
Yeah.
I mean,
Defense contractors make money.
Is it BlackRock that now owns 10% of Ukraine? Is it?
Oh, I doubt that. I haven't heard that.
Oh, comes up. But
yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, what about you, Top? I don't know if you.
What's that about the pipeline?
Yeah, is your opinion changed, or does it stay the same?
It never changed. I never cared, actually. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
We'll never know, but if I was going to say, yeah, the U.S. did it.
You're right with that. We'll never know.
We'll never know. It's just one of those things we'll never know. So,
if the US did it, we'll know.
What's that?
If we did it, we'll know.
We won't know.
That's right. I don't think we would know.
No.
Well, someone will come along and.
You got to show that video that your wife keeps talking about, cows and shit.
All right.
Thank you, Smokesteve wife. She knows how to.
Put it in the back chat, Smokesteve's wife.
She did already. Yes.
She's on the phone.
Right. Sorry, this is going to take a few seconds, so...
It's all good.
I'm willing to wait.
Are you guys doing anything for the 4th other than base?
I'm gonna mourn our divorce from the British.
Oh, you're gonna mourn it? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the opposite of explode firecrackers. I'm gonna
My
put
granddad's
fires out.
He's gonna break his tinnies of Bud Light.
Hey, Finland!
Open.
Aphids here?
He made it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, dude.
Day is complete.
What time do you call this? It's because I said the back chat.
I think this is it.
No eggplant barbecue?
Alright, aphid...
Can't stand eggplant.
Alright, enjoy the cuteness.
Alright.
Are we looking at your face?
You know me better than this, Steve. I've got to say, you know me better at queuing these up. You weren't good, and you got better, and now you get bad again.
What happened? Can you only see me?
Yes.
see.
Yeah,
The
me
only
too.
thing we see is you.
Very poor, very poor.
Okay. What's happening here?
This is where
Oh, you're here?
Smokesteve is
Looks good.
almost unconscious.
No, I'm still here. Come on, I'm conscious.
What's going on, Steve? Come on, tell us all about it. What's
I
going
got a
on?
halo.
Are you
Oh,
okay,
there you go.
Steve?
Alright, can you see that?
I can see
Yeah,
the
we can
ass
see it.
now.
It's a critter
Just
butt.
one volume now.
Oh, we're doing TikTok like McGrande.
Hey,
Alright, it's a cow and a duck. My wife said play this.
That is
People
You
will
want
like
swimming?
it.
This is top YouTube content, this is, by the way. This is what they want on there.
It's TikTok, man.
This
TikTok.
is nice. Is he gonna fart or something?
Well, they swim together. It's a cow, it's a duck.
Oh, you've ruined it.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
climaxing
great
to it.
without stumbling. Go
I
swimming.
didn't get in the water already.
Have
Come
to
on.
wait for your
You're
cow.
so impatient.
Okay.
Does one of them drown?
Now the
Stop it.
duck.
Oh,
I'm gonna mute you.
Two peas in a pod.
2 peas in a pod.
Looks like pea soup more than water.
There's definitely some bacteria growing in that water.
You think so?
Sweet love story.
I
How many
mean,
burgers do you think that thing can make?
probably about 200.
Yeah, 200 burgers.
I was doing more, I don't
So
know.
cute.
It's a small one. When they get bigger, they could make more like 500.
Why is that water that blue?
I don't know. It's
Extremely salted water, sodium.
possibly. Alright, well, that's that. The duck and the cow.
There was more. You just stopped it.
Well, it sucked. It kind of sucked, bro.
I liked it.
I mean, alright, I came up with an idea, Last Dance, and it involves you.
Oh God.
Good.
I want to buy some of this lab-grown meat, and I want to have you eat it on cam.
I don't know where you get it from.
Well, I'll call the lab. I'll place an order. I'll get it going.
This sounds
Email
risky.
Bill Gates. Just email Bill Gates. You're fine.
Would you do it?
Well, potentially, yeah. Why? I
'Cause-
mean, why would it be interesting to see me eat lab meat on cam?
Well, it could be vegan, hasn't eaten meat for how many
Oh.
years?
Okay.
Still not eating
Over
meat,
25?
but
30.
eating bacon spelt with an X.
30 years. Tries lab-grown meat for the first time. Like, I think it could be
Chokes to death on it.
you might hate it. I mean,
Why would vegan companies, right, make stuff that looks and tastes like of meat? which is something that sort of repulses vegan people.
I'm not repulsed by the
Yeah, but,
actual thing. I'm just repulsed by
I would
the killing.
suggest a lot of vegans are repulsed by meat.
Well, you're right. A lot are, but
So why would they want to eat bacon spelt with an X in the
I
middle?
believe that the real market for those are meat eaters who want to go away from meat, but they can't stand the alternatives.
I disagree. If they come in at a lower price point and it tastes the same, I think you'll be getting a lot of meat eaters who don't have the money to buy good meat, who will buy something grown in a lab.
Especially more expensive than real meat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's going to be more expensive.
It's certainly going to start out
For the
that way.
processing.
It's going to start off more expensive, but I think, like most things, when technology is involved, it's going to rapidly decrease and beat livestock in 2 years. I would say it's going to.
Well, I don't know about that, but I remember 2 years talking about they're going to put insects in our food, and they're already doing it. There's many examples I've seen now online where they're slipping in insects.
Well, I'll tentatively agree to it.
And it's what it happens. It's like a slow drip, isn't it?
So you haven't had meat in your mouth in 30 years?
More than 30 years.
No mistakes, like accidental order?
Oh, I'm sure there have been mistakes.
Oh, nothing that you ever caught, though?
No, I've caught them. I think one time.
Did you mix a kebab from a salad? They were next to each other and go, oh, fuck it. You didn't do that one, did you?
It's not like a religious thing. It's just something I won't do. But if somebody slips some meat into my food and I didn't know it, it's not like I'm going to have to go see a special priest and be cleansed.
You're not one of those vegans, last dance.
Well, is there a vegan? Is there a special priest that I don't know?
Yeah, because I mean, if you have like a dinner party, the worst guest you can have is a vegan. You're like, fucking hell, I got one of them.
Yeah,
what? Why didn't she dump her fucking husband?
Yeah, vegans wouldn't be invited to my dinner party.
Whoa, that's fucked up.
There was a chef in the UK that when a vegan came in and said, "Oh, is this all you got on my menu?" or something, was really fussy. He ordered her out and said, "All vegans are now banned in my restaurant." He's got a very posh restaurant. He said, "I've had enough of them. I've had enough. That's it." So
I would not be troubled if some chef banned me. I would, it's not a place I would want to go either. So
how about
to be honest, I don't think the woman was like you though last dance. Yeah, I think she was one of them.
How about this? When I have barbecues, my wife's friends, they're vegan. I will put their stupid Impossible burgers on the same grill that I put beef on. Would that bother you?
It really doesn't bother me. It's not my first choice.
Okay.
But it really doesn't bother me.
Okay. Because it doesn't bother me that. I tell them straight out.
Seriously.
Seriously.
They want the taste, don't they? They still want the taste.
I'm not going to stress over molecular level contamination,
I agree. I mean, personally, to me, I think if there's a vegan here and they don't want to eat my food, then they can go get food elsewhere.
I get invited to my friends. I got a friend who has something called Bratfest. Well, you can imagine what the central item is in Bratfest.
Bratwurst.
Johnsonville brat.
Bratwurst. Do you bring or does somebody facilitate some vegan brats?
I bring my own, and other people there have partaken of them, and been thankful I brought them.
Yeah, but like I said, I'll say it again last time. I think you're quite a chilled vegan as vegans go, I would suggest.
Well,
They're
you know what?
all like you.
When I first started doing this, when I was 28, I was pretty militant. But now that I'm 61, gotten mature about many things, and that's one of them.
Militant with somebody eating meat?
About my own diet,
Okay, so you weren't attacking other people. You were
battle.
I wouldn't have had a burger that was grilled on a grill with meat when I turned vegan because I was pretty, self-righteous.
Were you fighting the temptation all the time? Were you fighting it like going, you fucking, I've got, stop.
Had urges.
Never.
So when you were saying like you were, what did you call it? Describe yourself, militant. What was militant then?
The only thing I've ever missed is eggs.
Bacon.
Chicken eggs. No, not bacon. Eggs. I loved eggs, and I missed. That's the only thing I think of. I missed. Nothing else.
So vegan's just for dairy, innit? Basically, you just stop all dairy, yeah, and meat.
Dairy and meat, right? Anything from an animal.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cop out, innit? Really, because
eggs they stay alive.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know, but animal
eggs.
Chickens.
You get a free pass on eggs, surely. Get a free pass for eggs.
No, definitely not. That's a result of animal agriculture, and chickens suffer greatly.
Well, agriculture. They lay eggs.
You should go see where they lay eggs. It's, at least in the U.S. Animal welfare is different in the UK. In the U.S., it's very industrialized, and even chickens is a very industrial. Egg-laying chickens is very industrial.
It's right. I would suggest it's mostly quite similar. Yeah, I do get your point.
Alright, I gotta take off. You guys have a great week. Happy 4th.
Alright, buddy.
Thanks
for jumping on. See you next week.
A couple weeks down. So I'll see
No, you'll be here next fucking week, buddy. Come on.
Do it on a Friday.
Friday?
Well, no. Do whatever you want, but the next...
Oh, look. Yo. Hold on. Don't leave, bro.
Oh, I don't want to see his face. I was perfect. Thank you. Maybe I'll stay.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
What's up, AFED?
What's happening? Is my stuff even set up? I didn't even check.
Oh, man. You're looking good.
Is your green screen set up?
AFED, have a
You look
great
like you're in a
4th.
different position. You're more to the...
Topless leaving, buddy. Topless leaving. God bless America, Gregory.
America.
Wear your colors.
All you zombies hides your faces, right? All right, later, Top. What's up, man? Welcome.
What's happening? Yeah, my power went off, so all my stuff's like on the fritz and blinking. I see, and TVs are off, and
it looks even cooler when it's all on the fritz.
It looks pretty good. It's funky and cool. Did you get a tornado or just a big thunderstorm? Or are you good?
It rained two inches of rain in less than 30 minutes here.
Wow.
Now that is some serious rain.
Yeah, it was.
That'll
It was
make flash
unbelievable.
floods.
I couldn't believe it. It was like amazing. And I was like out in it, and then my pool was all fucked up. It just was crazy.
Well,
It's been a long day for sure.
Thank you for making it onto the pub. I appreciate it.
Well, I was watching the last half hour probably, and then I wasn't gonna say anything because I was gonna get on, and then Smokesteve said something about leaving, and then I didn't want to say anything. And, yeah, the back chat, I couldn't hold back. The Welshman said back chat, and it triggered me. So
I knew what I
had to say
when I said what I said. I knew what I was doing.
Cup of tea is just weighed in that he's glad to see you.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm glad.
You have to realize that's how he expresses his love and affection.
Yeah, man. People like to
Did
see
you guys
him.
have a good show? Did you have a good show?
Great show.
That's great.
Yeah, it was an average show, I would say.
The average shows are great, so I'm just calling it a great show.
Yeah, right. What else you gonna do?
We argued. There was good back and forth. Not a lot of yelling. I thought it was good, man. Agreed, Last Dance?
I agree. I enjoyed it. I enjoy It's always great to have Welshie on, and McGrand was more agreeable than.
Well, Welshie's still on.
Yeah. She's still on.
Welsh was it was a good show.
Yeah, me and
Red and Good was on.
me and Aphid had it out a little bit. But
This
there we
What?
go.
I
was
wasn't
there at the
here.
beginning.
You couldn't have had it out with me. I wasn't here.
No, not Aphid. Sorry, McGrande. Aphid.
Oh, did you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know they always go back and forth, but
I
it's
think
been much
they get
worse.
along like they're like peas and carrots. Them two. I'm surprised.
Indeed. It's a good one. It's a good one.
I
Well,
would
boy,
sorry.
go ahead. Yes, yes.
I
Continue.
mean, do you know the numbers of how much money America's given so far with the Ukraine-Russia war? Do you know the American numbers?
Well, the confusing thing is that a lot of money has been authorized, but I'm not sure how much has actually been passed and given.
Yeah, they misaccounted $6 billion, didn't they?
Yeah, I heard about that. Supposedly, by misaccounting, they ended up giving another $6 billion that they said hadn't been spent, I think.
Can you imagine an accounting company doing that to a big corporation?
Well, they
Can you
wouldn't be
imagine?
doing it. It wouldn't be in business very long, would they?
Yeah, I mean, the tax man would be on their case in seconds.
Well, if you're a company and the accountant says, whoops, I miscounted $6 billion, you say two things. You say, fix it, and then you say you're fired.
Yeah.
What I've come to find here on some quick searches is 112 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Mind you, 2 trillion was your fucking aid, wasn't it? Your aid to yourselves. Look it up. So it's
Now on a more democratic website, they're saying 75 to 90 billion. So yeah, I mean that's not far from 125, which the other one said. So
Well, it says something that it's not obvious what the number is.
yeah, there's definitely disagreement there for sure.
I mean, it should be obvious, right? I mean,
I think the UK's given about, 6 or 7 billion or something like that.
really, you guys got off cheap.
I think so. I'm not 100%. It is more of a guess than it is a number in my brain that's just stuck there.
Well,
I can't.
You're $100 billion smarter than we are.
Yeah, in February 24th of 2022, we had given up to that point 196 billion, and that's a year and almost 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Wait there. So
Jesus.
say that again for me, Steve. Sorry, I didn't quite catch the first bit.
196 billion.
What were the dates?
We gave that much up to February 24th, 2022.
So you give 200 million a year ago, a year and a half ago.
Yeah, almost a year plus a half, almost, yeah. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude.
So what have you given by now? I mean, these numbers are like varied as fuck, but serious numbers.
McGrand, cup of tea, can't believe I drink this. It's like, you would probably call it a girly drink. It's nice and sweet, and, that's just the way I am.
But it's
Nice, sweet.
yeah, this money
too
train
sweet.
is not going to end. This is going to keep on going.
We'll see.
That Mike Pence guy, he was like wanting to give them whatever they wanted.
I know.
Planes.
It's crazy.
I don't see how he's going to win votes because it doesn't seem like conservatives feel that way.
No,
I mean, I don't think he's got a chance anyway, but.
I like cooking.
Huh?
I'm talking with cup of tea.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, no. Oh.
was that your rum?
No, it was an empty jar. It's So no big deal.
Okay.
Just make sure you don't step on it, dude.
Yeah.
That's all.
You
I'll
got
clean
bare
her
feet on or thongs? What do you rock? You got thongs? You rock thongs?
Currently, yes. It's embarrassing.
I can see you rocking thongs.
Yeah.
Sliders.
No, these are flip flops, thongs. The proper.
Yeah, flip flops.
Have you ever seen the Australian viral video of two Australian lads stopping a burglary in a petrol station, and they had thongs on, or the Australians call sliders? It's an outrageous clip. They steal the keys to the stolen car. They were robbing the shop, and they go, "I got your keys, pal. I got your keys."
That's funny.
I haven't seen that.
I'll see if I can find it. Where should I put it though, Aphid?
To put in back chat, of
Back
course.
chat. It's got to be in back chat.
Back chat.
Back
Last
chat.
Dance, what do you rock?
Better.
You seem like you might have like boat type shoes, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, you're pretty. I mean, right now I'm not wearing any shoes at all.
But yeah, of course.
But I do have some slip-ons I wear most often.
And bass, I couldn't even guess. Probably some kind of tennis shoe.
Yeah, I'm an Addy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, casuals. Addy casuals, Gazelles, Countries, SLs, just casual trainers.
I currently have Vans slip-on shoes on right now. But most of the time in the summertime I wear Birkenstocks. Do you know what those are, Bass? You got those over there?
Birkenstocks, no.
It's kind of like a sandal.
All right. Yeah, it's not something I wear.
like a leather two-strap deal.
With Jesus sandals.
Yeah, similar, yeah.
Yeah, Birkenstocks were what the hippies all wore, like fish heads and deadheads and shit.
Well, you kind of were like that a little bit. You related to those guys, right?
Yeah, but I don't wear no Birks. I mean, I wear some cheap ass fucking sandals, though, so I'm not I'm not above you. I mean, it's not like I'm some fucking sandal elitist.
Okay, Aphid Lip, you gotta say what Smokesteve wife wears now.
What does she wear? Well, I'm guessing it's a variety. It's never probably 2 days don't go by with wearing the same ones. Maybe. I could be wrong on that.
You think she's Imelda Marcos?
No, but most, like my wife, she doesn't wear the same shoes. She doesn't have a more common than not shoe. So I would get probably a whole bunch of stuff. I guess.
There's one particular brand of UFU she likes.
Of what?
Of flip-flops.
Oh, she's a flip-flopper too, huh?
Yeah. I said the name of it if you happen to catch it.
UFU?
UFU?
Yes.
I've never heard of it before.
You haven't? They're like, of course they're like $50 a pair for fucking flip-flops.
Flip-flops, dude.
Oh, we lost Welshman.
Yeah, we lost
Didn't even
him.
say goodbye.
Pop back in.
It was the flip-flop conversation that got him.
Right.
But those UFOs are pretty awesome fucking shoes, man.
Me and my there she is, UFOs. Me and my son went to, I think it might have been Neiman Marcus. I'm not really sure. It was like a upscale type, store, and they had like name brand flip flops for like, I'm not shitting you, like $500.
No kidding, huh?
Gucci or something. I don't know what they were. Whatever, some fancy brandish, brand name type deal.
Woo! Big dollars.
But
Yes, yes.
I'm looking at this thing that
What's the matter? Why did you
base
stop?
post. Base
Yeah,
post.
it gets funnier and funnier,
Yeah.
that clip, like.
Oh,
Well, yeah, it was like an ad or something,
Hmm.
so I didn't get past it.
Alrighty. Interesting.
Oh, he's gone, just like
It's
that.
gone again. $65 for those flip flops.
65. Yeah, I mean, a thong shouldn't cost more than $10.
I mean, I'll pay 25. The ones I have on are made by the ones who make the Crocs. These are Croc flops.
Oh,
These have lasted like 8 years, and they're fucking
holy
awesome.
shit, dude! I think I have Croc flops. They're black.
Yeah, earlier on today, like when I was using a extremely dangerous tool, wearing my flip flops out in the waist area here, I stepped on a thing and it came right through the bottom of the Croc flop.
Oh no!
And then I kicked my foot out of it, getting stuck in it, and I almost kicked it into the brush hog. And I was like, yeah, this is why people don't wear flip-flops when they're doing heavy equipment work. Because it's not like you're going to get your foot caught in it. It's when your foot gets stuck and you're trying to get it loose, and then all of a sudden you stick it, you like flip it into the extremely dangerous appliance that you're using, whatever it might be.
It's in the back chat. I don't know if you want to play it, Steve. It is. You have to take my word on it. It's very hilarious video. Like they call them pluggers in Australia, not sliders. Sorry, pluggers.
All right, let's see what we've got here. Zodak Q1.
I got it queued up on mine if you want me to play it.
All right, yeah. I don't know what the hell I did right there. I'm looking at something.
Okay, share screen. Share screen. Let's see, guys.
After you, there you go. Now, is that the one I shared?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's the one. It's the. Hopefully, it's the one. It's the lads, in the petrol station. I think so. 2 minutes 40 or something. Yeah, that's it. You have to turn it up and get some volume. Yeah, you're gonna have to like turn it up a bit and go back again.
Let's go to Simo.
Wait, call the cops! Call the cops! 000! Wait!
Yep.
Call the cops!
Yeah, we're talking Aussie legends right there. Shirtless and shoeless mates, James Ross Munro and Kane Wiblin snapped into gear, filming their heroic antics as they stopped an alleged getaway car and chased the culprits down the street. And we are thrilled to say that
So listen to this crash course interview. It's
Good morning to you,
fucking
boys.
hilarious.
Yes, absolutely. Round of Aussie applause. So James, let's start with you because we love the video, but take us back to what was happening leading up to that moment.
Well, we'd been down at Options Tavern at a Stubbies singlets party and got dropped off by a mate up the road and decided to walk down the survey, get some noodles and went to jump over a sign on the way and slipped over and busted my plugger.
That's so Australian.
I don't know. They're Australian, so.
So you
Plugger.
got a busted plugger.
Singlet and shorts party.
What are you seeing that's happening at the servo?
Pretty concerned about my blowout I had and looked up and saw a white Commodore pull up, two blokes with shirts around their faces and and sort of thought something was a bit sus, so better go and check it out.
And what did you see next?
Grabbed the keys out of the ignition while they're inside the and just I don't know, it sort of just unfolded from there. There's no plan, it was just go with it, and so it happened.
Hey brother, you had your shirt off at the time too, which means that you were in full manliness in front of that. Was there a time that it occurred to you that your life might be in great peril?
When I first jumped in the car, I sort of took a step back thinking, oh shit, has this bloke got a knife? Yeah. And then I saw he had his hands empty, he was just trying to cover his face, so I jumped back in and just went from there.
But you look like you got reasonable guns. You've been working out in the gym. You look reasonable, buddy.
Mate, I don't go to the gym. I haven't been to the gym in years. The only gym I go to is Jim Beam. That's about it.
He's got some lines.
Here, I gotta ask. I understand you're married. What did your wife make of all this when you got home and
This is even
told her
better,
what
this
had
bit.
happened?
I'm not actually married as yet. That was my manager that hacked my Facebook and but yeah, she was more concerned that I broke the brand new pair of pluggers that she bought me on Thursday.
So did you actually get to see
Whoa.
the guys when they came out? What was their reaction?
Only just briefly. Yeah, only briefly.
How do I stop
Just
this thing?
Sort of just the top half of the
Stuck here.
saw the passengers. I got a good look at him, and
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if it was worth it. It was quite funny.
Sure.
Funny lads.
There you go, buddy. Well, that was a good one. Sort of, I guess. I don't know what the hell happened.
My plugger. I thought, what the fuck's a plugger when you hear it the first time?
Last dance. You want to run the pub for a little while? Keep it going.
I mean,
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
That's
Go
possible.
there, actually.
You guys
You're
are
ready to
done.
go. If you're
I
ready
was
to go, I'm
thinking to
ready.
keep
Three.
Aphid going. Aphid could run it. Aphid, you can run it by proxy. You can be Russian Aphid.
Nice one,
I'm
chaps.
staying
I'll
as
leave
long
to
as
it
you
then.
are, Smokesteve.
All
I'll
right,
listen
well,
in from now. Take it easy, everyone. Nice to speak to you.
I'll
all.
just see you, base.
All right. Thanks
all right,
for
Base.
stopping by, Base.
Great, Welshman. Good job. And if you're waiting for me, then I will begin with, and thus ends tonight on Smokesteve's International Pub. And I think it was a good night. You guys both were great.
I was
hope-
off.
I hope. Well, Aphid, I hope you got your stuff in order and everything is okay on your end.
Yeah, everything's good.
Good man. And Last Dance, you seem to be pretty chill tonight, so I know you're in a
it's
good
good,
place.
And I thank you for hosting the pub and having me on. It's always a pleasure.
And I agree with you guys. It is always a pleasure.
All right, dude. See ya.
All right. Good night to everyone. Chat, cup of tea, and Smoke Wife, and everyone else that I have a great time watching their comments. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Good night to you, Last Dance. And what's a good night on the pub? Every night is different, every Saturday is different, and every guest is different. And I do appreciate all of you for being here. You're all great people. I could definitely pull off a jam right now, but it's getting a little late. I think I'll go down towards the explosions and see what kind of fireworks are being set off. On that note, I will say, let's God bless and give positive thoughts to the United States of America. We have our Independence Day coming up. And I'm a very proud American, and I am a patriot. Happy 4th of July. Our country will be successful and wonderful forever. Good night, Americans, and good night, world. Smokesteve signing off. Let's go listen to some Fleetwood Mac.